How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a match day live. It's been a little while since we've had one of these. Lee's excited about it. And listen, I can't lie to you, I've missed Arsenal. Even though the World Cup has been entertaining, it's left a sour taste in my mouth with the Gabriel Jesus injury. And I want to say apologies for the delay. I know we were meant to go live about 25 minutes or so ago, but technical difficulties behind the scenes. But we are here now. And we've got a few of the regulars, a few familiar faces in the building. Lee Judges to my right.
So I'm more excited about this watch along than any other watch along like the Arsenal half back, and this is what it's all about. And I'll tell you this now, they shouldn't even be sitting here today about this World Cup. We should be like looking forward to a Premier League game, but I'm buzzing for a friendly out in Dubai.
Yeah, they're going to enjoy it. Julian to my left. Been a little while. Julian, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'd say I'm semi-buzzing,
Yeah.
because this isn't really an Arsenal team, an Arsenal first 11 team. This is more of a squad team, and it almost seems like a pre-season friendly, but this isn't a pre-season. We're right in the middle of the season.
Mid-season friendly.
Yeah.
New term.
But look at the team we're playing. This is the kind of team that we would play. It reminds me of that team when you were out in Germany.
Nuremberg.
Yeah, the Nuremberg. It's like just at the beginning, but we are not 2 weeks away from the beginning of the season. We're 2 weeks away from the season, and we're in the season. So it just seems all a bit weird to me.
A bit weird. Lee's excited. Harvey back in the building. You good?
Yeah, it's good to be back. Good to be back. I'm looking for. I just want my Arsenal back. It's not the Arsenal, but it's an Arsenal. So I'll take that. Watching England, okay, we're winning games, great, but just some of it's just so bland and boring. None of them want the ball, but these Arsenal players are going to be kind of a little bit more on it. You'd hope so, at least.
They have to show themselves.
I mean, they did lose to Watford, was it last week, behind closed doors, and they are now a championship side, so that's not ideal. But I guess they've had, now they're out in Dubai, now they're having their training camp. We did all right last time we were in Dubai, I think. They like being there.
Yeah.
It's going to be good to see Arsenal again.
Come on. And we're here to watch the 90 minutes and see what Arsenal, well, we know the Arsenal team, but how they fare out there. And for the Arsenal team, I'm going to hand it over to James.
All right, guys, let's go through the 11. Listen, it's going to be good just to see Arsenal play some football again. And there are a lot of regulars that we can get excited about seeing in the starting 11 today. I've sort of put them into a formation I'm expecting to see, but let's go through the names first. Hine in goal. We know he played that Carabao Cup game that we lost to Brighton. Not great on the penalty, but it'll be good to see him again. I know that he's very highly rated. We've got Cedric, Holding, Gabriel and Tierney in the back four. Odegaard, El Neni and Lokonga in the midfield three, with Vieira, Nketiah, Nelson. Now, a couple names to look at. Probably Vieira on that right-hand side. A player that, we kind of see him as an Odegaard replacement, or listen, someone who can play when Odegaard isn't fit, or we want to rotate a little bit, but we are going to see him out wide like we did, I think, in the game, the away game PSV that Lee and Cecil were at as well. I thought he did quite well out there. The other player is Lokonga, who probably fell into that Xhaka role, and then obviously questions about Zinchenko. Why is he not on the bench or in the squad? What's going on there? We know Smith Rowe's coming back from injury, so not too surprised to not see him involved, but Zinchenko is a little bit of a strange one.
To us. Let's get the lineup here as well. Big up James for that. Hines in goal, Cedric right back, Tierney left back, Holden and Gabriel the centre back pairing, El Neni, Lokonga, and I'm gonna assume Odegaard's in the number 10 with Vieira on the right or left with Nelson either side of Nketiah. What do you make of that, Lee? It's as strong as you can get with the squad we have at the moment.
Well, strong as you can get, but no Zinchenko, no of him again. I don't know what's going on there. He should be in there. If he's not playing, he should be on the bench. So there's obviously something wrong there again. So and the biggest disappointment for me is no Smith Rowe there.
Yeah,
because of what's gone on with Gabriel. We need Smith Rowe back for Boxing Day, at least available on the bench, if the very least available on the bench. But so I'm a little bit disappointed, really.
I hear you, Julian. Worried about the Zinchenko absence?
Yeah, I'm worried about 3 absences. I mean, is Zinchenko actually in the Dubai squad?
He was.
Did he travel out?
He's picked up an injury.
Have they given any indication what that injury is?
No.
Did they ever?
Well, sometimes.
Slipped over his wallet, I'm told.
But that was
With the
a
Jesus
big fall in.
Jesus when Telegraph managed to break the news before Arsenal. I just don't understand how these things kind of happen.
Yeah, I think that's bang out of order, by the way.
Yeah, but it's...
But then
I think it's a worry. I think it's like I think from Arsenal side they're worried. Like things have been going great. We're top of the league. We're progressing through the Europa League. We've been enjoying watching Arsenal, and they almost don't want us to forget how good things have been. So it's like let's just see if we can deal with it, and then go from there. And I guess they're trying to.
Are you worried about the absences in Chenko and Emil Smith-Rowe?
I mean, there's still 2 more friendlies. We've still got a couple of weeks left, or more than a couple of weeks, about 3 weeks till Boxing Day. A lot can happen in that time, both positive and negative. So I'm not overly worried. I think it'd be good to kind of see some of the younger players. I think it's a big game for Nelson again. Mm-hmm. I think every time he gets an opportunity, he has to take it. And Eddie? I think he will. Yeah, Eddie as well. I think he knows though, Jesus is out. It's his position. There's no one else competing for that. I mean, you could maybe utilise some other players on the wings and put Martinelli up top. Not really something I'd want to see. I would want like a proper striker there. I guess Eddie's that solution for now.
Yeah, he is. I mean, with Emil Smith-Rowe, I remember reading and hearing that he's coming back sometime in December. So it is still early days in December, and because of the length of time he's been out, lack of match fitness, lack of training altogether. I mean, an image came out of him recently where he had put on a little bit of weight, but that's to be expected when you're out injured. So maybe it's a case of getting him back to that football ready,
Should you be putting on weight when you're injured?
No, you shouldn't, because you're a professional athlete. So that should be part of your regime. Even if you're injured, you can't do certain exercises. Mostly weight is to do with diet anyway. So I don't think that is an excuse for him.
Well, he has, judging by the picture, he has. So I guess that's something that has to be...
Bulks up a bit.
He could have been bulking up. I know when I've done training, people have said I've put on weight, but no, I've put on muscle.
If anyone needs a PT out there,
that's your athlete.
Yeah.
Start Julian, people. Start Julian. Listen, we are about 20 minutes away from kickoff. Obviously, it's being streamed via the Arsenal website, I believe, for members, and I think you can purchase the option.
Yeah, $5.99 for one.
And you can also use the points collected from
as a member.
Arsenal rewards, something like that.
So I don't know who's out there watching it and who's not available to watch it, because I'm not sure you can watch it in other countries.
There's certain territories you can, certain ones you can't. It's quite selective. I don't know. It's all about rights, isn't it?
That'd be interesting to see, because they've not gone over to the stadium yet to see if it's full or how many people are there or whatever.
It's only a small stadium as well. It's only about 20,000.
I think it'd be full considering the support we have in Dubai. I think we'll...
Yeah, Lyon are a big side as well, realistically. Like, they are one of the largest, French sides, I guess. So
no, but if people are going, they go to watch Arsenal.
Of course, but I'm going to say, we're not playing Norwich. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're playing another European team. So
we're looking at the lineup. I guess what's your thoughts around it? You mentioned Nelson already in terms of someone.
Massive game for him. I mean, he's had his opportunities and he's taken them and he's done great. So it's not like he could have one of the really young players on there. I mean, Nelson's not really a young player anymore, youngish, but there's younger. But no, he's put like an experienced young player, I guess. I don't know what the future holds for Nelson, which is a shame, because I always loved him. I think we all kind of did. He was meant to be Saka.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? He was meant to be, it was him, and then Willer came in, and Saka, and Nketiah. I mean, Nelson's the one that's kind of fallen.
So you're looking out for Nelson today. Julian, if there's a player there on the starting 11 that you're keeping an eye on, who would it be?
Vieira. That's the one I've been sort of most impressed with and also most disappointed with when I've seen him.
Explain that a bit more.
Because some of the games he's played, like when we saw him at Brentford, I thought he was integral, absolutely integral. And there's been other games I've seen him come on for that he just hasn't seemed to register. His touch hasn't been as good, or he doesn't seem to get involved. I seem to remember the first half at PSV, he was great, and then he was almost like anonymous in the second half. So he seems to be very much hot and cold, that guy.
Yeah, and towards the World Cup break, I mean, there was a couple of games he came on and just gave the ball away needlessly, being shrugged off the ball quite easy. Lee, one player that you're keeping an eye on today?
Tierney for me. I think what's happened with Ben White, we don't know. So if things aren't going to, obviously he's not out in Dubai, so I don't know when he's going to come back and whatever. So you'd be then thinking that at this moment in time, Ben White's not going to be available for the West Ham game, so Tommy Hassel will go over to the right back position, or Cedric. So it leaves that left back position open. So and I think it'd have been a little bit disappointing to have been left out of a few games, but this is an opportunity now for him to when we was at those awards things, I met someone up there that knows him and was speaking to him, and he said that he's out of the team, but he's not like thinking about leaving or upset about it. He's got a there's a process that he's got to go through to get back to where he feels that he can be regular.
But he's not exactly out of the team, is he?
No.
He's played as much as Zinchenko, so it's not as if he's been left out in the cold.
He's sort of been left out of the Premier League.
He's been left out of some of the bigger
it's
games.
It's the game that we look at and think, well...
But he's also come on as a sub.
He actually said that he's just building his fitness up, and they're just taking their time with him, which is what probably is a good thing, really, which we've all suspected was the case, because I think in the past we've thrown him in too early at times, but we don't need to do that now. But with Zinchenko being like a Tierney part 2, we've got a worry there at the moment.
All good shouts. I mean, Nelson, Tierney, Vieira. I'd probably lean towards Julian and agree. Not that we do that often, but Vieira. But I'm looking at Eddie as well. I know it's just a friendly, and Harvey's right. Whatever he does in these friendlies doesn't matter. He's starting that game against West Ham. But I do want to see a bit of sharpness about him in and around the box when he gets there. I want him to kind of express himself a bit more than he might do in a Premier League game, because these are friendlies, and for him it's all about banging the goals into the back of the net.
I think it's also quite important for Ødegaard. I mean, he's the captain. He's probably on paper
top scorer in the league.
Yeah, one of our best players. But I think the last few games before the World Cup, maybe it's just my opinion, but he looked a little bit more off it than he had been towards the start.
He was excellent at Wolves.
But I'm saying, he hadn't been performing where everybody thought they had. All right, I'm sorry, Julian. But
you need to shuffle up the deck.
Far from summer, wasn't it?
And just he hadn't been. He hadn't been, as good as I hoped he had been. He was still fantastic.
He was a 9 out of 10, not a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, fine, sure, whatever. I'd say more of an 8 or a 7.5. But not every game. I'm saying there were pockets of. We would have expected more. Yeah,
I do. I think there was a.
Go on, have a go at him.
There was a slight. I think there was a slight.
Look, he's saying but, which is an eraser.
There was a slight drop off in his performances. I think there was. But then he pulled it around at that Wolves game, is what Julian just said.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of Ødegaard. I really am. So.
Likewise.
But I think the rest, for the people like Ødegaard and a couple of the players, Gabriel, I think it's not been a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for those regular players, But
it's important for Gabriel too. I think
I don't know what the say if England or France get to the final, what will the likes of Ramsdale, I'm talking about Ramsdale and Saliba, have not really, Ramsdale's not taking any part in it. Do they come straight back, or do they have a rest, a break? I don't really...
Shall I be honest with you? Remember the everyone remembers the Wenger era, but there were so many seasons, and this is when World Cups and Euros were in the summer, the usual. There were so many seasons, would start the season resting the players that played in the international tournament. Then I'd see Man City playing everyone that played in the international tournament, or Liverpool, or Man United, or Tottenham, or whoever it is. And I'm just thinking to myself, listen, okay, a break is all good and well, but when it's business time, it's business time. And Xhaka, I'm going to give him credit again. I've been really giving him credit all
straight
season.
there, isn't he?
Straight back in. And I can't lie. If you're part of a team and you have one player doing that, then you need to follow that player's lead.
Bit of a lightweight not playing today though, and he
that's you might be sitting next to him again soon, so talk to him about that.
Yeah.
But I think the players have to follow that lead. I mean, we already know about his leadership and apparently being the captain without the band and so on, but I have to give credit for that because, listen, a break is a break, but this is crunch time for us. And I think something was mentioned along the lines of he's got something big to achieve with Arsenal. And it's not just him, it's every player out there in the World Cup. So enjoy the World Cup for what it is. But if you haven't played many minutes, and even if you have, come back and make yourself available. Julian, what do you make of it?
Yeah, no, I totally agree, because when you think about it with the World Cup, how many games has Xhaka actually played to how many games would he have played if this World Cup wasn't on. He would have probably ended up playing more games for Arsenal with the way the fixtures are.
He played 4, so he would have played 4 in
he would have played 4. So what's the difference? Why would they need a break? They would have been playing football, and they've been playing football. So what's the difference? Come back and play football. That's your job.
That's a great point.
Couple super chats in as well.
Yeah, that was a good point. Thank you.
Through gritted teeth. Abdullah says, my take on Jesus' injury, no need to panic nor replace him. We are succeeding as a group, not just because of Jesus. If we take away his goals, we'll probably still be top. We still need a winger and a midfielder. And he also follows up with, I think what we will miss from Jesus can be implemented by Smith Rowe. Holding the ball, assists, running at defenders. Goals will still come from elsewhere. I think the worry comes from what we've done in the first 14 games this season is top quality football. We're top of the league by 5 points.
Yep.
The worry is we haven't seen this team without Gabriel Jesus and how important he is aside from his goals. And yes, Eddie can bang in goals. You know, we've seen him do it before. Cool. Maybe not to the level we've wanted, but now's another massive opportunity for him. So
my biggest worry, what's annoyed me about it is, you know, we were top of the league. We
are top of the league.
No, we are top of the league. We are top of the league. Yeah. Sorry. We are top of the league with Jesus not scoring goals. So now I was thinking, right, when he comes back, what if he continues to do what he does and adds goals? We're 5 points clear. It was a big thing for me, like, you know what I mean? Like, if he would actually start scoring, that's what I was thinking going into the World Cup. Like, if he comes back, starts banging in goals, we're 5 points clear without him scoring goals. What are we going to be like if he started banging in goals? You know, and now we've lost that, and that is the disappointing thing for me. Like, you know what I mean? Because he's going to come back. Me and Julian were talking about it off air. Like, probably we've basically wrote him off this season. We're saying that,
more or less.
Yeah, we're having the same conversation.
More or less, yeah.
So
might as well forget about him for now and see where we are when he comes back, and then hope for the best.
Yeah, no, so. You know, I'm not even going to be counting down the weeks where it's 5, 6 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, you know, as far as I'm concerned now, and I feel that we need to get somebody in, whether it's a wide player that can then release Martinelli into that role to back up Eddie or go that route. Arsenal cannot go into this part of the season where you've got Premier League, FA Cup, and the business end of the Europa League with just Eddie up front. They cannot do it.
Do you reckon they will? I mean, we saw Cecil. I don't know how that happened, but Cecil bumped into Edu, Arteta, I think Tim Lewis, Stan, and Josh Kroenke in LA. Come on, like, surely they're over there to.
I remember the picture last January. January where Arteta was with the Kroenkes early days. And
so what do we think? What do we think?
If we're going by last January, then they're just linking up for a meal and a chat.
But you're always going to link up with people that you work for.
Of course.
You don't know what they're discussing.
Just trying to hope, Julian, and let me have my excitement. I'm just hoping that potentially this could be something. I mean, do we think?
I don't know.
I honestly haven't.
You know, they've spoken, and probably the conversation was going, now we know Jesus is going to be out for 3 to 4 months. Do we change what we're looking to do or whatever? And I think what would have happened was, like, you know, go and get the deals you want done.
Yeah.
What we've planned, because they must have planned for January.
Yeah.
And then if something comes available, we're in for it. That's what I think they'd be saying.
Alright, cool. We're just under 10 minutes, about 8 minutes away from kick-off, people, and I'm going to pass it over back to James to delve more into the starting 11.
So we've got them up here on the tactical pad, not just the Arsenal 11 but the Lyon 11. Let's just stick with the Arsenal team. As I talked about it before, I think it is going to be Vieira out on that right hand side, and where it's interesting is Vieira, a little bit like Smith Rowe when he plays in the front three or out wide, he's going to want to come inside, isn't he? He's just a natural 10. Does that make space for Cedric to overlap? We know that White sort of plays a little bit more tucked in, so it'll be interesting to see how much Arsenal actually stick to their principles with the starting 11 when you've actually got, you know, a more 10 playing wide in Vieira rather than Saka, and Cedric who likes to overlap rather than sort of tuck in the way White does. So that will be interesting. Of course, you've got Nelson out on the left-hand side, and Tierney, you expect him to want to bomb forward as well. Look at the Lyon 11. It's a strong team. I can't say I'm familiar with all these players, but we all know the likes of Tolisso, Kakare as well, Dembele in that front three, and some good players as well in the back four. But where do we recognise names like Lacazette leading the line? I've already seen some comments saying, the Lacazette's going to score against us, isn't he? Well, it's a friendly. We're not exactly meeting him in European competition, but it'll be interesting to see how he looks in this Lyon team. Of course, we had him last season. He put in a real shift for us, but we've seen the difference as Jesus has come in. So, yes, a familiar name in Lacazette, and listen, familiar teammates in Holding and Gabriel lining up against him as well. Now, I want to touch on some other things away from the starting 11. Now, this was just revealed, so I want to talk through this. The Dubai Super Cup, of course, to us, we're just kind of talking about a friendly, we're talking about minutes for the Arsenal players, but there are some rules around the Dubai Super Cup. I think the panel will find this quite interesting to hear, as well as you guys. So listen to this. A win is worth 3 points. Well, we've heard that before, so that's fine. A draw will see each team earn 2 points. We're used to 1 in the Premier League, so you get 2 points for a draw. Now, penalty shootout, and I had to read this twice, by the way. A penalty shootout will be held after every match, with the winning team earning an extra point. So I think even if we win this 5-0, I think there will still be a penalty shootout after this to claim the extra points, because of course we're only playing 2 games and there's 4 teams, I believe, in this competition. AC Milan are the next stop for us in a couple of days. The team with the most points from their 2 matches will win the competition. So expect a penalty shootout after this, if that's worded correctly, although I believe it is. So yeah, we'll see what Arsenal are looking like on penalties. Maybe a chance to get some practice in, but I imagine we'll probably be seeing a lot of the youngsters in the team by that point. In other news, guys, of course, Turkish and I, you've seen us here on the lives. We've been covering a lot of stuff. Lee as well, and everyone doing a lot of AFTV content. Robbie as well has been providing with AFTV in Qatar, and Cecil, well, he's having lunches, isn't he, with Arteta and all them. But they both have sent in messages, Cecil and Robbie. They've been doing amazing stuff covering the World Cup here, there and everywhere, doing stuff for DR Sports. We've got a message from both of them just to fill you in on what they've been doing and how they're feeling ahead of the game.
Back in time for the World Cup games tomorrow. I'm looking forward to watching it. Now, what sort of Arsenal are we going to see? I think it's going to be a bit like the game that happened the other day against Watford, where in the first half it's a lot of first teamers, and then in the second half it's a much changed team. But who I'm really interested to see is Eddie Nketiah. It's going to be his time to step up to the plate now that Jesus is going to be out. So it's going to be good to see what sort of sharpness he's carrying. And also, I'm not sure if he's playing, but Emile Smith-Rowe is going to be vital going forward. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. So looking forward to the game, Arsenal versus Lyon, our first friendly, not too far now, a couple of weeks, and then the Premier League season kicks off again, and we need to be in good shape for that to keep the good form going.
What's going on, people? What's going on? Listen, I'll try and keep it brief because I know there's a watch along about to commence, but let me start by saying big up James in Turkish for all you lot are doing over at AFTV while me and the Donna are away. Big up, absolutely smashing it. I don't know what day it is. I know it's match day, Arsenal, so I'm in this jumper even though it's 37 degrees heat over here. 37 degrees heat. I know in the UK it's freezing. I shouldn't really flex like that, but yeah. Anyway, it's hot. I don't know what day it is, but I'm in Argentina at the moment. We're flying to Brazil next. But yeah, I've been away obviously with CONCACAF. If you guys don't know what it is, you can research it. Big union of football, covering the World Cup, flying all over the world, covering it from the fans' perspective. It's been amazing. It's been probably one of the best trips I've had in my life. It has been the best trip I've had in my life, actually, I'll be honest. Every 3 days jumping on a plane to somewhere different. It's currently summer over here in Argentina. It's been amazing. I met some incredible people, some that you guys may have seen and recognised, but I'll leave that to when I return to give you the full story. Wow, what a time that was. But yeah, no, it's been incredible. It's been incredible. CONCACAF, thank you. And big up the Robbie as well for allowing me to do this whilst being at AFTV. That's another big thing. And obviously to you guys that are just back at the studio, keeping the ship afloat while we're all away. But yeah, man, I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. It's incredible. Let's just quickly talk about Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus news is terrible, but following that, we saw the likes of the board come together in LA, have a big meeting. I knew they had a big meeting before the lunch, or the dinner, shall I say. They are addressing it. But I have to say that, you know, like Eddie Nketiah, I think this is his time. It's basically like a trial again for him. It's not unfair that we bring in a striker. I don't want to say it's unfair, but I know as a player for him, he'll be thinking, you're putting me on 100 grand a week and we're number 14 top. You know, there was a chance of this happening, and it's a chance for me to step in and take it. So this pre-season Super Cup in Dubai is a chance for him to really show his talent and really make a claim. I know he did at the end of the last season, but he needs to step up again. It's a big time for him to fill those boots of Gabriel Jesus being missing. So I do want to trust in Eddie. Yes, we do need strength, and I feel like the board coming together and having these meetings and conversations that they're looking to strengthen in January. But listen, I watched them play against Watford. I know they lost that game, but the main 11 that was left that hadn't gone to the World Cup played, and they were superb. They were sharp, they were on it, they were winning, and they look good. So I feel like there's still enough to get us by while Gabriel Jesus is out. But I'm sure, you know, the Arsenal board are going to strengthen come January. But yeah, listen, pre-season, I do want the World Cup for the Arsenal players to slowly come to an end. Well, actually, I say slowly, quickly, only because the longer time they have Mikel Arteta to work out how they're going to play without Gabriel Jesus, the better. But that is it from me, live over in Argentina. Brazil next. Guys, I hope Arsenal get the win, and I can't wait to be back. Love. Oh, quickly, I forgot to say, Turkish, I've got a Cronky in top for you, yeah? So when I get back, we'll sort out, you wear it, and yeah, all good, man. He's a good guy.
How on earth has Cecil ended that video with Turkish, I've got you a Cronky in top, he's a good guy. I mean, this guy, he's out there, he's enjoying the sun, he's having a good time, and he ends on that. But thanks for the kind words. We've been covering stuff here on AFTV, covering all the Arsenal news, but you guys out there are doing some amazing stuff. All right, guys, kickoff is fast approaching now. Arsenal in the black and gold kit, lining up against Lacazette, captaining Lyon. We're going to send you back to the watch along, and any info, any updates, anything that comes through news-wise, I'll keep you filled in.
That's your own reputation you're dragging through the mud, Cecil, so keep up the good work, my guy, keep up the good work. But yeah, what James just said about the penalty shootout post 90 minutes, regardless of result, it is quite interesting. I guess that's to give more entertainment.
It's not only that, it gives them more practice, so they can practice penalties in a semi-competitive environment.
Yeah, well, you say semi-competitive, I'm looking at the number of fans in the stadium.
No,
and
what is he doing so far? I thought it would be full.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper.
What's the time in Dubai? Is it about 5:30?
6:30.
6:30?
Yeah, 3 hours.
Spain.
Nice weather, but yeah, looks like a few hundred people there.
I suppose, you know, like, it's expensive to get there and whatever.
No, if you're living in Dubai, you've probably got the money to be able to go into that game.
James, any
that's
ideas
true.
on attendance? Okay.
What's the capacity of the stadium? You know,
It's
Julian?
about 20,000. It's not big. So it depends how many people on the camera side, isn't it? But from what we can see, there's only a couple of thousand there, if that.
So we have kicked off people.
I mean, they do that at the Emirates, like academy friendlies. They have like everyone camera side, like the other, so you can see the amount that are there. So there might be a load, you know.
Oh, the other side.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But I don't know.
I'm quite interested to see Awar, since people were raving about him so much when we were in for him.
I wanted him.
Why?
I just like the way he plays.
Who's you
I
want?
think he's exciting.
Remember
Awar.
Hassan Awar?
Yeah, he's a good
I'm
player.
glad we got Erdegaard.
He's on the bench now.
But I did want him.
He's starting, isn't he, Awar?
I thought he was on the bench.
No, he started.
Starting.
He started,
He's
yeah.
Number 8.
Yeah.
I didn't even get a chance to look at the
I
Lyon
don't know
lineup.
whatever happened to that. It was right in for him and it just didn't happen, did it? Like, he's never...
It was Partey or Awar.
That's the one. So it was him,
yeah.
not
And,
Partey. Not Erdegaard.
That would have been silly though, because they're completely different players.
Yeah, but there was only so much budget for it. Didn't have the budget for it. It was interesting that they were
He's
talking
still
about...
there, he's not gone anywhere,
Well,
is
yeah,
he?
they were talking about 50, 60 million for him, and then it went down and down, down. We didn't even come
Was
in
the
for
Awar interest under Arteta, yeah?
it. Was the same time as we signed Partey, whenever that was. So
So
it
it
was
must be a free transfer coming up for
Yeah.
this. Get the deal done now then.
Yeah, but there must be a reason why we don't want him. I mean, we got offered him for not a lot, and he was being touted around, and no one went in for him. So there's got to be a good reason for that.
Yeah, so why did they want him for so much money and then not for little?
Maybe they didn't want him at all. That's why we didn't get him.
Maybe.
Might have been just press talk, or his agent trying to build it up that everyone wants him.
It's Lacazette guy as well, man. What a disappointment, man. I'm sorry, but when we signed him, I thought we had an upgrade on Giroud, but even you look at him now, he's playing a friendly for Lyon while Giroud's banging in World Cup goals for France. It's just like, what did we do? And Arsenal posted a picture of him saying a familiar face, and then you see comments underneath saying, oh, I miss him. Miss who? For what? You missed the lack of goals? Because I don't miss it. And this is coming from someone that, listen, I said he was player of the year in, was it 19, 20?
Yeah, Emery's year, wasn't it? Oh, yeah.
18, 19 maybe. But yeah.
Listen, he was good in spells, and I know there's two ways to look at it. There's either he was an absolute flop, whatever. But let's be real, Giroud for us it just didn't work in the end either.
But
He didn't. Yeah, but
only
Giroud's a
didn't
good-
I love
work.
Giroud
Yeah, only
when
didn't
he was
work
there.
because Wenger didn't play to his
his
system.
strengths,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could have
we
worked.
just had players that-
and
yeah.
it proved that he went on to carry on with having a great career, and he still has. And
Yeah,
how
but
long ago has he
we
been?
did that for a while. We had players who, think about it, we signed Lacazette, then the next year we signed Aubameyang. I mean, we didn't really need both of them. They then struggled for a while to make it work with the two of them. At times it did, at times it didn't. But now, clearly, there's an actual plan. We've brought in players that we need, trusted wide players such as Saka and Martinelli, with a striker that we needed in Jesus, players in behind that you can see there's reasoning for all the players that we're bringing in. So, you know, with Lacazette, it was we need a big money striker. We did the same thing the next year with Aubameyang because Lacazette didn't work out. So,
They've put one on there on any.
happy to see him back as well.
Yeah.
I do enjoy watching him.
I'm never going to hate on Lacazette. I think he just wasn't quite good enough, was he?
He was unfortunate at the beginning because he'd get subbed off at 70 minutes every game. Giroud would come on, then January comes and Oba comes in and he's still the backup. So he was unfortunate at the beginning, but over time, he just regressed, in my opinion, to a player that was a shell of the Lyon striker we bought. Again, some of the comments under the Arsenal post, I miss his vibes, I miss the dancing. I'm just like, what are people watching Arsenal for? Vibes and dancing or scoring and winning? That's the Roy Keane in me.
You not had no dinner?
That's the Roy Keane in me.
That's Roy Keane. You had no dinner today.
The Irish in me. Actually, I haven't had nothing to eat today.
No time.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I don't mean that. I've had
Who's
nothing.
24? Is that Reece Nelson?
Yeah. Oh, so he's on the left then. Yeah.
I'm getting a bit hungry, I ain't going to lie.
I'm getting cold.
It's freezing,
cold.
like, you know what I mean? It's like...
You think cold, hungry?
Cold, hungry.
But we're watching
But it's
Arsenal,
all
so
right.
we should
Yeah,
be
but
warmed by
Arsenal's
it.
back.
Yeah,
Robbie and
Arsenal's
Cecil are out there in the sun, you know what I mean? Like, you know,
Robbie.
they've got food on tap.
But we could have gone, but we didn't want to. We wanted to stay here close to Arsenal.
Yeah, we wanted to stay
but they're in
the freezing-
Dubai.
Arsenal got closer to Qatar.
Yeah.
We wanted to stay in the freezing cold.
Long throw into the box from Tierney there. Game hasn't really started with much pace to it. It's just,
Like 5 minutes gone. There hasn't really been an attack either way, has there?
Do we know where Lyon are in the league at the moment?
They're eighth.
Are they?
Yeah.
Someone's done their research.
About 8th, aren't they?
They're eighth then. And they're 20 points behind PSG.
Oh, no, he's had a read on the way up.
And they're 10 points above relegation.
what's their goal difference?
I don't know.
Julian.
Like +5, I think.
But they're but you're looking it up, Harvey. I've got it all in my head, and they've got 21 points.
And a +5 goal average.
Yeah, they do.
What about XG, Julian? Any ideas?
I didn't ask about XG. He's going to start complaining. Silly
I
stat
didn't
to have.
actually know what XG was until James explained it to me.
Thanks for your service, James.
Yeah, it was all new.
Offside.
Yeah. No,
It hasn't been called, but
Hasn't been called.
it
Go
looked
on.
Offside.
Oh, it's at the post!
who's that? Was that Eddie? No, that's
Nelson.
Reece Nelson.
Reece Nelson hit the post.
Is this in HD?
Good left-footed strike
No,
from
it's just
Nelson.
streamed off the Arsenal website, isn't it? So.
Near post left foot, weaker foot, and
Definition
smashed at the
seems.
post.
Yeah, it
Don't
does.
he was
seem great,
onside.
does
It
it?
was onside.
It's not your old age, it is the quality.
Maybe I should have brought my glasses.
For everyone asking where to watch the match, it's on the Arsenal website. I think you either have to be a member, pay for it, or use up your membership points that are gained through. How do you gain these membership points?
You get given them at the beginning of the season, and then you can utilise them for whatever you want.
You get more when you go to games as well.
Yeah, they
So,
build up.
Yeah,
they
and you
build
can go into competitions and things.
I think if you buy stuff from the shop, it's anything kind of Arsenal related, something like that.
Oh, my points have gone up then.
Have they?
I keep buying merch.
Do you?
You know what I mean?
Of course
Trying
you
to
do.
deny.
I mean, Lee, I like your
Yes, this is. This
buy that
isn't
from
from
the
the
Arsenal
Arsenal.
shop?
No, I didn't. This is from AFTV bit merch.
Oh, okay.
I mean, very nice.
AFTVstore.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of that.
And the Nick wasn't Nicholas Bentner, apparently.
No. I think it's trying to take off the sign of Nike, you know what I mean? I've gone with Nick, so
Yeah,
it's very, very cool.
That would be passing off, which is trademark infringement, so
So
it wouldn't be that.
They're going
Yeah,
for
no,
Charlie
that's
Nicholas.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're in again here.
Oh, was that a shot or a cross?
It looked like a shot.
Yeah.
I want to see it from the other angle. It looked some way off as well at the end. But
What's a Lila on the back? Is that their sponsor or?
I think it's another sponsor, yeah.
So you get a back sponsor these days.
There's a little bit more on that other side there. There's a bit of crowd there, I see.
Yeah, I'm playing at the back. We're pressing high, but with no real intensity.
Yeah,
They've just given the ball away.
I think Lyon have played any other friendlies whilst.
Imagine if you was on holiday in Dubai at the moment, it'd be like lovely. Just go.
Just pop in for a game.
Just pop in to see the Arsenal. Just jump out the pool because it just starts getting a little bit dark by about 5 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like dip out of the pool,
Get ready.
got your hair, do your hair, and off you go. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Because now's the time to be visiting Dubai.
yeah. Oh, good tackle.
Yeah.
Strong tackle as well. Odegaard on the ball out wide.
And also knowing it's minus 2 at home like that. I remember a couple of years ago.
Oh, that was a great ball.
That was
Unlucky.
He's got vision, that boy.
Yeah, he does. He does.
I went to, it was this, I can't remember what season it was. It was over Christmas when it was all, I actually went to visit my brother, and there was a bit, the day we left was Christmas Eve or day before Christmas Eve, and it was dangerous, unsure if we was going to go because there was snow about, and it was ice.
Yeah.
And then I think we played Chelsea. You remember we played Chelsea, beat them 3-1, and Fabregas scored. And anyway,
How long ago was that?
it's a few years ago now.
4-on-3 attack.
Look how deep he's gone into our box.
Oh, see.
Corner Lyon.
Yeah, and he's watching the game, and you could see all the steam coming out of everybody, freezing cold,
Yeah.
and I was sitting there in my shorts and like flip flops. It was
But wouldn't you
quite
rather
small.
actually been at the game?
No, yeah, all right, no, not really, because I suppose so, but you know, I was visiting my brother, wasn't I? Like, you know what I mean? So
Where's your brother?
Thailand. No.
See, I've got the option over Christmas and New Year to be away.
Whereabouts? Pentonville or
No, Israel.
Israel?
Yeah, I might go to Israel. But
What?
then-
Not go to the games? What games would you miss? I couldn't
I
miss.
thought you were trying to watch every game this
Well,
season.
I did every game last season,
That's true.
and you get addicted to it. That once you keep going, it's like I don't want to miss any, don't want to miss any. But
Yeah.
then you think I don't want my whole life revolved around the fixtures of Arsenal. But the reality
Well,
is,
they did.
Well, it
Maybe
becomes
some
like
bird
that.
or something, because that's a change of tune.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's see if I end
Well,
up
good
going
for
to the
you.
games.
That's nice.
So what games would you miss then if you was good to
Well,
go?
West Ham.
well, there's West Ham and there's
Brighton.
Brighton, and if you go to the Brighton game, it's going. By the time we finish fan cams and everything, it's going to be about 10 o'clock on New Year's Eve.
Well, that's why I'm not going. I was going Brighton, and then I'll decide.
Probably
I'm not
later,
going.
probably
We have the
11
pleasure
o'clock.
of you here in the studio.
I will be in the studio, yeah, and then I can get home.
So you're definitely not going to.
I'm definitely not going Brighton. I think it's taking them.
They
It's
took the
taking
piss.
them.
Yeah,
In.
It is frustrating, you know.
You know, like we was going to go out there if it was a 3 o'clock kick-off or even earlier than that. Get home by 6, 7. You can still go out and everything like that.
yeah, but then you could go out in Brighton.
Yeah, but
Brighton's a good night out.
it's not with all your friends and family, is it? Like, you know
Well,
what I
it'd
mean?
be some of your friends and family.
Yeah,
some
I
of your
know,
friend.
But you're going Israel, so you
Well, I might not.
Oh,
That's-
right, well,
I'm undecided.
So,
it is a dilemma.
So that was the decision that I made. And then realistically, the Boxing Day one's 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, again, not.
You know what I mean?
What else are you
It
going
got
to be
no
doing?
consideration.
What else are you going to be doing at 8 o'clock on Boxing Day?
You're with family, aren't you?
Well, you can.
I always
family-
remember going back. You remember this at the Arsenal as well. That London games could only be kicked off at 12 o'clock. So if you was playing Boxing Day, it was always
was
a
that?
12 o'clock kick-off. It was something to do with the police.
Okay.
So it was always a 12 o'clock. So you'd be done by 3, get home, mum would delay dinner a little bit, and you then got all the day.
It used to be
evening.
11:30. I remember 11:30.
I think 11:30. It was always,
also
12
remember,
o'clock was the latest it could be played.
Also remember playing on consecutive days around Christmas, whether it was Christmas Day and Boxing Day or Boxing Day on the 27th. But
Boxing Day on the 27th, I think.
yeah, you'd end
remember
up
you
playing
saying that.
twice.
Oh,
I remember us playing Watford on Boxing Day and the day after.
did they? Maybe I'm completely off, but did they used to have Boxing Day games be more local teams, or was that not a thing?
There was a time when
yeah.
that was like, you know what I mean? There was a time when Arsenal and Spurs played Boxing Day.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bournemouth would play Barnet. That's like a local derby
so
in the
it
National
was always like a tradition, you know what I mean? Even local clubs, what I played for was always like Boxing Day was a local one.
I remember Boxing Day on I think Graham Roberts for Spurs put Charlie Nicholas into the stands.
Highbury,
Yeah, Highbury on Boxing Day, and then a few
Brian
years.
Talbot again.
Yeah, there was a few years later that Perry Groves then did the same to Graham Roberts when he was playing for Chelsea, and he told me after that it was because of the Charlie Nicholas thing.
Yeah.
Just for context, I just had a little look to see
We
if
used to,
Lyon had played a friendly. Lyon played a Belgian First Division mid-table side, and they beat them 5-3. Don't know where that was, but was curious. So they've won recently, scored some goals.
I'm going to tell you something, this game has been poor so far.
Yeah, haven't been impressed.
But you know what? Probably to be expected when you saw our Europa League performances and when the deck is shuffled.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget,
This is our Europa League team, isn't it?
We haven't got Partey and Xhaka in midfield. That's a big thing for us.
Well, for God's sake, if Sambi's not going to do it against these teams in this sort of environment, then I'm sorry, but...
No,
He's another one that needs to step up. This is really important for him.
I'm tired of hearing...
Oh, there we go.
I'm tired of hearing...
that's right. Who's missed that?
Sambi, no?
Yeah, it was 23.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean? Hasn't even connected with it. It's right. It's a chance.
You know when it's a friendly, you really go for it as well. If you hit it high and wide, it is what it is, but... I'm tired of hearing he's young, he's not ready. I mean...
I do like the way we play, though. I've been watching this for the last couple of minutes. We are possession-based, you know what I mean? I watched the World Cup, and we do... It is a bit more entertaining.
But on the flip side, Nathaniel says, I think Arteta should trust the players who didn't go to the World Cup for our first few matches. I'm impressed with the play so far. So I don't know if we're watching different games.
So the general consensus, or...?
So maybe he's watching it in HD, so he can actually see it.
I don't think it's been too... It's just, again, like, it's that final third there's a worry for me. We dominate here.
Yeah, we are dominating.
Yeah, but I also think Lyon have made some silly mistakes just passing it to us.
Yeah,
so they've kind of given it to us, the kind of things that we should
Is that
take
because
advantage
of our press, though, Harvey?
Yeah.
Some of them know. They just passed it straight when they're trying to get the
I
ball.
like the way we by the way, we get the ball back. I do like that.
Yeah.
That's the philosophy these days. You lose it, you win it back as soon as you can.
Yeah, so that Boxing Day one at 8 o'clock, I think, is ridiculous. Like,
They're both ridiculous.
They're both at 8.
Even last year.
Boxing Day's
Half past
8.
five.
Yeah, half past
Brighton's
5.
at 8 o'clock.
Even last year was a midday kickoff on January the 1st.
Yeah.
We're lucky,
Yeah.
it was at Emirates.
Yeah.
But imagine the City
Yeah,
fans.
Man City, horrendous.
Yeah, that's true. And there's all train strikes all through this
And
month
again,
and
actually,
next
there's no
month.
trains back from Brighton that night.
No?
No.
There's not.
I think there's a train strike on Boxing Day there or something.
Yeah,
Might be as well. It's like I'll be walking there.
Listen,
So on Boxing Day in the evening, if you weren't doing a game, Julian, what would you do then? You're saying, what would you do?
Well, on Boxing Day, if there wasn't a game, I'd be watching the game, so there'd be some game on.
Yeah, if you're saying, yeah, but
Yeah, I'd probably go to my parents and watch a game with them.
I think.
Yeah, family, there you go.
Yeah,
I
I'd be
think
with family, but I'd still be watching
spend a bit of
football.
time with family and all that.
Go on,
I
then.
think this game, I know.
Oh, here we go. Go on. Oh.
that's
I
right.
thought he'd put it on his left foot.
Yeah,
is he
it's a
not? Is he
little
not
chip.
two-footed?
That's exactly what you should have done.
Little chip.
Yeah, but on his
Look, he
left
kicked it
foot.
straight into the keeper. He's winded now.
It's a friendly,
I don't think
Just
that's
try
winded.
things.
I think that's something a bit lower.
Oh, okay.
It puts a little bit his offside anyway.
Look, he should have put that on his left foot and curled it round into the far corner. That's
Puts a
what I'd
bit
have
of
done.
pressure on families and all that, doesn't it? Like, you know what I mean? I know there's already some people I know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I think that was a little bit lower.
That are not allowed to go. Not allowed to, not say they're not allowed to go.
There'll be repercussions.
There'd be repercussions. They thought better of it, like, you know what I mean, and sold their tickets.
Yeah, it's like you always have choices. I've got a choice. I can either go on holiday and appear to be a normal, decent human being, or I can say that Brighton away at 5:30 on New Year's Eve is far more important. Well, I won't actually be saying that.
If you go
You
away,
just
does
did
that
now.
mean you're going away for Christmas as well, Christmas Day? Or?
No, see, what I'd like to do is go away on the 27th and be back for the morning of the 31st. And that would give me the break and the holiday, so you can have both. So if you can organise yourself, then you could have everything.
Well, and come back New Year's Eve.
Yeah, so
and then go to Brighton.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah, that would be the plan.
couple of super chats have come in. Ibby says Ramos for Portugal would be a decent signing, maybe, but I think after that hat trick, his price tag is out of our.
Yeah, he ain't going to get him in.
I think he's
January.
almost. Sorry, Lee, go ahead.
No, he ain't going to get him in January.
Yeah,
no.
I think he's almost like the. Again, if I'm wrong, then please tell me. But almost like the Patrick Schick of the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? That kind of player that's really shone. No one really knew who they were.
Yes!
Oh, no, missed the goal.
Gabriel.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Good header as well.
Oh, very good header, though.
Yeah, but the delivery was
powerful.
excellent.
Good for him.
Odegaard put that in, didn't he?
Nice,
Good delivery, good finish. Oh, there's a lot of gooners there. That's what I like to see.
Yeah. Good header from Gabriel.
Yeah.
We know he's good in the box as well, so Arsenal fans enjoying.
Brilliant. Well, you'd hope things would pick up.
Yeah,
once we score
hopefully
a
it
goal. Do you know what I mean?
opens
That's
up a bit more
normally
there.
the.
Great ball.
Oh, it's a great ball in there. It's a
ball,
great
good
corner.
header.
That.
Why can't they do deliveries like that all the time? Must
Maybe it's
practice
the
it.
air of the warm air, Julian.
Yeah, it's a very good header.
Great header as well.
That's a great header. That's a
Whipped that in,
great
didn't he?
look at that.
Nice.
That is great. It's quality.
Should the keeper come out for that?
I don't know.
Send the keeper the
And
other
then he
way.
done well, and then he was in front of him.
And then he just got in front of him there, blocked him,
He's complaining, isn't he, the keeper?
No. He went to push on any out of the way. He could have just
Didn't
left
do it, nothing wrong with that. He just stood his ground. Yeah, it's just well worked. We seem a lot better with set pieces and all that now, don't we? Since
Since, what was he called? Jovier?
Nicholas Jova, isn't it?
Nicholas Jova.
Yeah.
Jova came in.
Yeah, Joba.
Jova.
Lee, is there a bottle of water in that fridge you could pass me, do you reckon? Is that all right?
Yeah, last couple of years.
I thought that's what you were...
Other side, I think.
Yeah, there's one. There's one
Oh,
left.
perfect. Just for me.
No eating, no water, no food. James did say, "Oh, I'll go and sort that out when I'm off stream." Did he? Did he? Yeah. Didn't know, Bobber, did he? Do you know what? Probably because he's got a fire up there. You know what I mean? He's got someone warming his toes.
I think James is toasting marshmallows.
Yeah.
Let's pass it on to James and get his thoughts about the goal and the first 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, guys, I mean, 1-0 up, and I'm slightly... I disagree with the panel a little bit. Sorry, I think it's been a decent start, not in terms of creating abundance of chances, but you had Vieira's one there, you had Nelson hit the post, and now we've got Nketiah. There was a nice little run, I believe, Lokonga running between the lines, but Arsenal seem to be keeping with what they've been doing all season, which makes sense. You've got Vieira pulling wide, you've got the wingers hugging the touchline, you've got the fullbacks coming inside, so I suppose that makes a lot of sense. In terms of the improved XG, for set pieces, Arsenal ranked third in the Premier League for set piece XG. Scoring from set pieces hasn't been a complete surprise because of the work that Nicholas Jova is doing. You know, he came in at the start of last season, I believe. Things improved dramatically in terms of scoring set pieces, conceding set pieces. Things have got a lot better. And you see it. Last year, I think we were in the top 2-3 in terms of scoring goals, conceding goals from set pieces, and we're continuing that trend this year. So I'm just looking at the moment, we've got 6 goals from set pieces. Tottenham have the most with 10, but otherwise no one else really has got more than Fulham, City, Liverpool have 7, Brentford and Arsenal with 6 as well. So we're up there. We are in the right areas of the stats when it comes to set pieces. But I think this has been a really promising start, to be honest. I think they look quite sharp. I think they're looking on it. I think everyone's working hard. I think it's been alright, although Nketiah's just gone down holding his ankle, so that doesn't look good. You wonder if they're going to put this out. Let's have a little look at this now. Eddie Nketiah's gone down holding his ankle. Nelson, it's a nice through ball through the legs. Oh, that doesn't look good. It looks like the way he lands rather than necessarily an impact, but he's back on his feet, so Nketiah should be all right. But yeah, look, I actually think it's been a decent start. I really do. I think we were good value for that goal, and goals from set pieces are no surprise at the moment with this Arsenal team. All right, we'll go back to everyone on the watch along.
And we're back, people, and yeah, there was a little moment there with Eddie and the keeper. I'm not sure it was the fall, as James suggested. I only watched it once. I think it was the keeper's foot hitting into his shin/ankle, but he looks all right.
I just want to say that I actually said it weren't a bad start. I like the way we was playing. You know what I mean? I weren't criticising him tonight.
They're just sitting next to me.
Yeah, you're rubbing off on me in a negative way.
No, I haven't been.
Anyway, Harvey's changed, hasn't he? Look.
Yeah, Harvey, what do you think?
Hello.
This is his twin brother.
I think it's cold in here first of all.
No one's giving the monkeys like that. Ty's walked in like, you know what I mean, like he's got a coat out on his sitting on, well done.
You just got to think warm thoughts.
Freezing.
If there's any blanket companies out there that want to sponsor the watch-alongs, then send us some blankets.
Or gloves, hats.
Gloves, hats, you know what I mean?
Forget blanket companies, bro.
Thermal underwear.
Heating companies.
Yeah.
We've got radiators about. I don't know what's wrong with them.
Oh, Lacazette.
They're just for show.
Part of the set.
Props.
They got no water in them.
Look at it. There we
Look
go.
at that touch.
Yeah, that was good.
That was Nelson. That was a lovely touch. That
Oh,
was.
look at that. That's great. Look how quickly they're.
Put him in again.
Got 5 on 5.
No.
What are you doing?
Yes. Oh.
Was that short or cross?
Yeah,
It was like a low cross.
I mean,
but
the
it
speed
deflected.
of that attack was very impressive.
Wait, it didn't deflect. It was a deflection, isn't it? Yeah, corner.
I think it just wasn't strong enough, was it? It needed another 2 mile an hour on that pass, and he was in.
Yeah, we got a corner.
Yeah, corner. Brian says, Turkish, you never got Robbie back for the rat. Don't worry, my guy, patience. You know, you wait till they least expect it.
What was the rat? Was that the Halloween thing?
Some fake rat.
Done you, didn't they?
Well, people say I got done, but really it was just a little. I moved back out of the way of it.
That's just a reflex reaction.
It was reflex. If you see Gunnar Lee when he was sitting there, Gunnar Lee jumped on Cecil. So, and he knew it was coming. I was the only one that didn't know. But don't worry, the list is there. Robbie, Cecil.
Big Gunnar Lee.
Big Gunnar Lee jumping onto Cecil. I think they linked arms.
His arms are as big as my legs.
Look at that. Read that comment out from Mohammed. Can you get your Glock? Where's your Glock? Read that.
Turkish just noticed them.
Go on, finish it.
Cool Crocs.
Come on.
Listen, there's nothing cool about them. They're the most successful.
It's fashion.
They was the comfort. Do you know what? Yeah, they're the most comfortablest thing to wear.
Thank you.
I've got a pair of them, man.
I'd rather chop my feet off.
I mean, they're comfortable and they're fashionable.
They're comfortable.
Don't ever go down that route.
Comfortable. I've got home Crocs, outside Crocs. Listen.
It's almost if it rains, they're not comfortable.
I checked the weather report. I got my Air Forces there just in case.
Right.
You know.
Well, you got black or white Air Force?
White.
I suppose, do you
Risky,
wear slippers at home and used to?
I wear my home Crocs.
Yeah, you can write down in my estimations, you know.
Crocs rule. Crocs are elite.
Crocs rule, like
Get with the times.
There's only one thing that that should be on you, and that's the Lacoste. You know what I mean? Like, not them
Don't
things,
worry,
right?
Christmas. I'm gonna sort you out.
Listen, have you?
Oh, come on.
Nice.
Finish it.
Oh, he's not got a left foot, has he?
That's poor finishing.
If he hasn't got a left foot, then we're done.
What's happened? Because there's been twice now. He could have put it, the first time he should have put it on his left foot,
I reckon he's
and he
wearing
put it on his
Crocs.
right.
That's why he's wearing Crocs.
I don't get that.
I can bend them in the corner with these Crocs. Here, I'm telling you.
I don't know whose ball that was for, though.
That was what's going on?
I think what he's trying to do, he's trying to give the keeper the eye that
he's
she's going to go the
drinks break.
Is it that hot over there? What's the temperature?
They're lucky.
Well, I suppose because it's still pre-season and that, isn't it?
No, they only
What
do
do they
that
call it
in the heat.
It's only 27 there.
I suppose
Bro,
it's.
it's -2 here, bro. And you're wearing Crocs in this weather, bro.
But only inside. That's his inside.
My body
shoes.
temperature doesn't come from my feet. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, you're
It's
lucky.
like
Mine's my feet, bro.
if my ears are cold, I'm blitz all over.
If my feet are cold, that's me, bro.
Nah, my feet are good.
Hey, Robbie, man, what's going on, man? Put this heating on.
Robbie, that guy in Qatar, listen, he's probably smoking a cigar somewhere. Someone asked, can we get his reaction to the goal? No, we can't. Let him just do what he's doing over there and get back in and sort the heating out.
So I'm very happy seeing Aouar and Lacazette. The fact that neither of them are playing for Arsenal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is Aouar playing, yeah?
Aouar's playing. Not noticed him.
No, I've not noticed
Lacazette.
I haven't even noticed him.
No, that's the thing. Both of them have been completely anonymous.
Just a replay of Gabriel's goal there while they take a water break.
Yeah, I mean, Gabriel, that's becoming his bread and butter already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
He must have. Yeah, he's got a lot of goals this season. He scored at Wolves, didn't he?
No, Fulham got twice. I think it was
Fulham, he made the mistake and then scored the winner.
But he scored a few goals this.
No, 2.
You was at Wolves, you was on tomato juice and you don't know who the guy got both goals.
He was on tomato juice towards the end of the game, which you know.
Yeah, he's on the whiskey. So I think by that time he was a little bit worse for wear.
Who was it? Fulham, and he's got another goal though this season.
Got a few goals.
Scored I think
Fulham.
Did he score against PSV? He scored in Europa League.
Forest, was it 5-0? Might have been.
Oh, Chelsea. How can you forget Chelsea away?
Yeah, Chelsea
Oh
won.
yeah.
The winning goal, Chelsea.
So is it 2 or 3 goals he's got? Yeah, the chat's saying Chelsea's.
It's amazing. I struggled to think of the goals this season, but I can remember goals from 30 years ago. Looks all right in Dubai.
That looks like plastic, man.
Showing some of the talent in the stands.
I was just thinking, what? I'm not there.
Looks like it's more
I'm
talent
looking
in the
across
stands.
over there and I'm thinking, you know what I mean? Crocs and all we should be there, like,
I'll bring out the white Crocs for Dubai, all white.
We really haven't been tested, have we yet?
Nah.
Did we want Dembele as well at one point?
Look at this.
Is it the Dembele that played for? Was he?
Yeah,
the one that played for Spurs?
No, it's Scotland.
Oh, it was Celtic, wasn't it? Celtic.
Man said Scotland.
Scotland.
I don't know what you meant.
Well, that Dembele name, yeah, like just one season, just like 5 man called Dembele, just started playing football. Yeah. Musa, I think there was like 2 of the same names, 2 Musa Dembeles.
What did he do then?
Who got injured?
He didn't touch him. What's he doing?
Something in his eye.
Grass got in his eye.
Bit of grass got. They go down for anything these days, don't they?
Oh, they've put old Ty up down there with James.
Oh yeah. When we pass it over next time, we'll be next to James. Look at this, Lacazette running through on goal. We know how this ends.
That's Dembele, isn't it?
Doesn't end in a goal for Lacazette, does it?
That's what I'm saying.
Could end up with an assist. He wasn't bad sort of dropping back, but he was a striker. He was a striker that can't score any goals.
Even after your football games, yeah, if you have a pair of Crocs, you just take off your boots, you just relax, you get in and go home and use them for that.
Yeah, you sold yet? When you get some?
I'll have wear my sliders.
What are sliders?
You know the normal.
What sliders?
What, is that trainers?
No, flip flops.
No.
Oh, flip-flops.
Basically.
The flip-flops, but with a big thing going across, like that. My Hugo's.
He's rolling them off, boy.
We haven't all got his bank balance. Some of us have to buy Crocs.
How much are a set of Crocs?
These days they're about 30 quid.
30 quid.
Not too bad, but when I first started buying them, it was cheaper than that.
I got some.
I keep getting an Arsenal warm-up t-shirt for that. I know what I'm getting.
I'll just keep the 30 quid.
Of course he would.
Of course he would.
Stock up on the tomato juice.
Yeah.
He's all right for a few months.
I won't pay for the tomato juice either.
If you had a whiskey.
Oh, go on, Eddie.
Oh, go on, Eddie. Oh, needed someone.
All right, soft.
He was dragging his feet there, Eddie.
You was having a young whiskey, weren't you, on that? You and Robbie were having it, that.
Yeah.
Wolves.
They're so generous, those Indy.
Brilliant,
Yeah,
brilliant,
lovely.
The chat's asking for Ty's opinion, so we're going to pass it over to James quickly. He's joined by Ty.
Hi, welcome. How you doing?
Thank you very much, James. How are you?
Sorry, we should explain. Ty's got the commentary, so he's keeping us up to date with anything really from there. So he didn't realise that we were going to be getting his opinions quite this moment. But,
I know I didn't.
But
you caught me unawares. Thank you.
Welcome to the new. I don't know what to call this. Should we call this the info desk?
Oh, wow.
So, or maybe some stats-based name that Lee judges will hate. I think could be quite funny.
Well, the info desk with Clever James is what I call it. But yeah, thank you. It looks great.
And we've just got Lyon here on the attack.
Good tackle.
Dealt with it well. Listen, what have you made of Arsenal so far in this game? I was disagreeing with the panel. I was saying that I think this is.
This should be 2-0 now. This is Fabio. He can square it if he wants.
Oh, that's a lovely pass.
2-0.
Oh, what a goal!
Superb.
What a brilliant goal!
Well done, Fabio.
Well, we've got that live. Ty's the lucky charm.
And he's off and running.
All over the top and
Very nice goal.
brilliant.
Very
Let's get their reaction over to
Great
them.
first touch from Vieira. Great
plays
ball
for
across.
Arsenal.
That first touch was everything.
And the
man.
finish was nice as
Finish
well.
was nice.
Calm,
Yeah,
calm,
Finish was
composed, slotted it.
That was a lot.
Who said that
Vieira's
was
touch there makes everything.
Yeah, but who put Vieira through?
Yeah, I didn't see the.
I think it looked like Cedric or El Neni.
Let's have a look.
Oh,
No,
Sambi.
that's Sambi.
Where's that coming from?
Sambi.
That was in the Congo.
Oh, good ball.
There was a lot of room for him, wasn't there?
Very good ball.
That is
Nice.
Oh,
Good
that
finish.
is a wonderful
Yeah.
finish.
He sent the keeper the wrong way.
That is that.
You just cushion it into the
Oh,
corner.
that is a quality.
Used his
finish.
body to make it look like he was going to the keeper's right.
Nice finish, Eddie. Great first touch, Vieira. Great ball
Oh,
across.
Gabriel would have missed that.
Don't you start. He's been out a couple of days.
Oh, Jesus would have blasted it over.
That's good. That's a good goal, man. But yeah, Vieira's first touch there is exceptional.
Oh, I'm buzzing for Boxing Day. I'll tell you what, like, it's the first time I'm really looking forward to, skipping Christmas Day. You know what I mean? I like my Christmas Day normally.
You still had Christmas Day.
Huh?
You love Christmas Day and then you go for Boxing Day.
Yeah, I do like Christmas Day. I do, but I am excited for Boxing Day. Like,
Right,
knowing
The football's back.
knowing that I've got going to the Arsenal the next day. You know.
Oh, the game.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about the sales.
I always like the football Christmas
Boxing
schedule.
Day sales.
What's that?
I've always enjoyed Christmas Day, but I always think when Christmas Day's on, I think I've got Boxing Day.
Yeah,
forward
got
to.
football.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bit of football.
Yeah, thick and fast as well. As soon as it, like, even this year, got like 4 games in 2.5 weeks.
It's mad.
We've got Spurs coming up as well.
Aren't, isn't it?
Forget Spurs. We've got Newcastle before that.
Got Newcastle on the 3rd.
Yeah.
That's 8 o'clock.
It's Tuesday, isn't it? Or
Yeah,
something?
Tuesday night.
All your aunties and going, you ain't going to be watching football all day. Shut up.
Of course I am.
Yeah, but they can watch it. It's not as if you stop and watch it.
Good effort.
We used to say, like, mate, you had your Christmas Day yesterday when we were playing games and party games. It's football day now.
Is that Lacazette?
Nah, Dembele.
Dembele.
Can't you tell by their shapes?
No, I can't even see it. It's all like blurred to me at the moment.
Do you wear glasses?
Yeah. Well, I've got contact lenses in, but I just need to normally be.
Prescription.
Cheap ones,
Yeah.
aren't they?
No, they're not cheap. But I need either
Well,
a bigger
see you
screen.
coming in.
But I don't see them coming.
2-0 Arsenal. 35 minutes gone. 10 minutes left of the first half.
Comfortable.
Water break done.
Oh,
Foul. Not needed in a friendly.
Yeah, it's not needed, mate.
if you want it to be a bit physical, get them used to the Premier League.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it wasn't. He's never going to get injured like that, is he?
Wow, to be honest, how did Jesus get injured? Because I didn't even see how he
I
got
didn't
injured.
see that.
I was out that night, so I didn't even see.
Did you see it Stricto?
No.
I don't think there was a particular moment. I just think it happened.
Wasn't there a rumour that he went into the game injured and
There's always, you know, anytime someone gets injured, there's always a rumour,
Yeah.
he's carrying an injury. Always these days. So I don't believe that. Because would Arteta be playing him in the Europa League and doing
no,
that?
but it only happened a few weeks before, and Brazil
What
was
has he
taking
actually
an
had done?
unnecessary
No
risk.
one really knows what he's had done, no, do they? Is it,
It's a meniscus in his knee.
Well,
But that's cartilage, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
So-
what I had.
You know what I mean? Look, I had that done, and depending how bad it ain't that.
No.
How long? How long you get back?
It depends.
Well,
if it's a
I-
repair or they remove it, it's up to. It depends.
I had mine just shaved off, and that was in August, and I'm back playing now. But you know, don't forget, I'm not a young athlete. I'm older.
You're an older athlete.
An older
A mature athlete.
Yeah. And I had to go like the rehab and all that. Like, it's different to what they've got physio and rehab every day, isn't they? Like, you know what I mean? So, but like the process would be a lot quicker.
Then they're
So if
probably.
he's had that done,
Yeah.
I reckon 6 weeks.
Oh, really?
That's what
That's
it
not.
is.
That's not too bad.
Maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was a ligament.
If it's a ligament,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's what I reckon it is. You're looking at 4 months.
Woo!
Yeah.
And what's actually, you know,
But
sometimes you can rupture them and tear them, and they heal naturally.
That's what finished my footballing career. Cruciate ligament.
Was it?
Yeah.
Ruptured. It weren't that you was crap.
No, it wasn't crap.
What position did you play?
What is a little terrier?
I was centre midfield.
Oh, what? Julian, yeah. I'd love to have played against you, Julian. Oh! He ain't got a left
What a goal.
Interplay was...
That was Brentford part 2.
That was even better than Brentford goal.
That's what you can do.
Yeah, because of the football before.
Do you see what with that Vieira though? Since he made that touch and that goal, his confidence has just come straight, right up.
But the play before the goal though was amazing.
Yeah, one-touch football.
One touch.
It was almost like he was finding his range with those two mistakes.
You realise how big Arsenal are until you go abroad, do you?
Yeah, no. That was going to America.
There's hardly any Lyon supporters there.
We had Max in the chat yesterday saying that if Australia is the destination for the next tour, that the support's bigger than the US. Oh, what
I can't wait for Australia.
What a strike.
You going Australia?
Yeah. You going?
Yeah.
I think. You see that?
Hopefully they do the same things we did last year.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be nice, isn't it?
Get like a B&B and
we should 100%.
Just no sausages.
No sausages. Steve, unfortunately, Steve won't be there, will he? We'll have to get the Aussie version.
What a finish.
Well, Max said he's going to sort us out when we're there, so we'll link up with Max for sure. He's a big supporter of the channel, big supporter of Arsenal Football Club.
The rumour is it's going to be Melbourne.
Max, I don't know if you're watching now, but can you cook? Lee's asking.
You know what I mean?
Lee's asking. Let's pass it over to James and Ty for their reaction to the Vieira banger.
Class goal, wasn't it, Ty?
Yeah, thank you very much, Turkish. Yeah, fantastic. That's what Fabio has in his locker, and it's absolutely brilliant.
You know, when that goal was scored, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, but earlier in the move, out on the left-hand side.
Martin, I did see.
Even before Martin, it was Lokonga who got the ball and played the switch pass. It wasn't quite as easy a pass as it might look.
No.
And he played it right through the midfield, and it was up to Cedric or Odegaard, I can't remember who it was, to pick it up.
Yeah.
And they did, and then the move goes from there. Lokonga's had a big part to play in these last two goals. That Vieira one, you can't deny Vieira's quality. And then but he starts that move really, and then it's his pass for the second as well. So huge credit to Lokonga and Vieira. They're having their opportunities to show their quality.
Fantastic.
And that was needed. So credit to them.
Absolutely, and we just hope that these are a sign of things to come, and they can do this if needed in the real games.
Everyone's loving you with the headphones. As I said, guys, you've got the commentary. He knows what's going on.
Well, thank you. You know what? I'm even forgetting that I'm actually on camera. You know. So
well, listen, it's all good. It's mainly the watch along people, but as I said, anything we notice, we'll bring it up here, guys.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to go back to everyone on the watch along. Off we go.
And we're back, and it's a corner to Arsenal. 40 minutes on the clock, 5 to go. Cedric taking the corner.
Cedric taking a corner. Short. Yeah, he is short.
Good cross. That's a good cross.
Sound like it.
Gabriel.
Angry with himself there. Thinks he should have done better.
His hair's grown, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good ball in.
I do like him. I think
he's aggressive, isn't it?
The next World Cup, I think he'll be Brazilians. He'll surely get called up.
Surely, Silva's last World Cup.
Expect.
Marquinhos.
Probably.
Yeah, his last World Cup.
Yeah. Lyon got the ball coming into our half, but we shut it down again.
We're not winning the ball back well.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear Laka's reaction about Arsenal after the game. Like, obviously, he was there at our worst, and I'd love to see if he thinks the team's improved.
It was interesting that when our form improved towards the end of last season is when he got dropped, when Eddie came into the team.
Yeah.
Because they dropped him from memory at Southampton. I think after the Palace, he played for Palace when we got stuffed by them, and then he got dropped for the Southampton game, which I thought we were a bit unlucky with. Their goalkeeper had a real blinder, and then Eddie scored in the Chelsea game when we turned it around.
That was the last of Laka.
Look at the football we're playing.
Nice, isn't it?
It's mad.
It is interesting how how many first team players are we down? 5 or 6? Who would be playing normally that isn't?
Well, probably more
You'd
than
have
that.
Saka, far more. You'd have Ramsdale.
I think we've only got 2 starters.
Ben White.
Yeah,
Gabriel
Saliba.
and Odegaard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rest, what a ball. So you see, like in that situation, someone like Giroud
Yeah.
holds that,
Or flicks it.
or
to
flick,
someone
or
else,
links,
like-
or links something.
So yeah, you've only got really 2 or 3 if you count Tierney as a first team starter.
Yeah. I won't even count.
I'll tell you, I've been impressed with in this game, El Neni.
Yeah.
Just doing, clearing up
Cleaning
all the,
up, yeah.
Clearing up, yeah. But he's nice and warm as well.
Yeah.
Is the aircon on?
I don't know what's nothing.
What is that noise?
That's meant to.
No, that's it's down there. It's the lights.
Oh, yeah.
I bet that's not on in the summer.
But I don't even know that works.
Another prop.
Oh no, not yeah.
Hey, Robbie, you're playing cool games, you know.
Well, since I'm on about the first 13 minutes, it sure has kicked on a bit.
Yep.
No. We don't want
the
aircon.
heating on,
It's the
please.
last thing we need.
Yeah, can you put it on?
I got one next to me here. Oh, no one got that. That was a bit slow.
Yeah.
That was a good. That was a good one. It's part of that. And then he.
Clever and funny.
Cleared. What's that?
It's been a fantastic first half. It's really some good stuff. I've been impressed.
Do you reckon he'll change it around completely at half time? So we did against Watford. I think we were winning against Watford at
I don't
half time.
think he should.
Changed.
I think he needs as many of them to get at least 70, 75 minutes.
Because
as
the
possible.
players on the bench will be getting nowhere near the first team.
Yeah.
No,
Luck has
these
going
players get some games under their belt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these boys here, I think, will go all the way. They're only, without being horrible, the youngsters and that, they're just to make the numbers up in training and games. That's all they're there for.
And to get a little bit of experience being around the first team.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But
yeah,
ultimately, these boys are going to play most of the game, I reckon. Why shouldn't they?
Lee, I saw one of your favourite words is ultimately.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's literally like
but it's a common word, isn't it?
What's that? Ultimately.
Yeah.
he rinses that word. I swear.
I remember when Ty first told me about it, and then I've started noticing it. And then the Forever Arsenal lot know.
Yeah, elephant on the tree.
Yeah, well, I didn't understand that.
Yeah,
You
Forever
talked
Arsenal
about
got a lot of
that.
comments.
So
Yeah.
basically, on Twitter,
Yeah.
people keep making jokes about Arsenal being top of the table. It's like an elephant being on top of the tree. Like, you don't know how you don't know how we got there, but you know it's going to fall down.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so that was basically. So I'm just homing on that a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Half time, ladies and gentlemen.
1 minute added
get it
on.
now?
Yeah,
You get it?
That is
I get it. I get it. I thought that was because.
That is a lovely kit, by the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know it's all sold out? Can't get it
Yeah,
anywhere.
I've heard
Yeah,
that.
they
You've
just
got that one, haven't you?
re-released it,
Yeah.
Yeah, because I couldn't get it.
Do you know my only gripe with it? Yeah, is the gold. I wish it was blacked out.
Now, I
but then
wish
you wouldn't
that
be
they
able to
didn't
read
have
it.
that design in the back. I just wish it was black.
Which is that?
You know the AFC stuff.
I've never seen that.
Like if you look closely at the kit, you know what I'm talking about.
Let me see it.
It's not just black. It's like a
pattern type
faint
of thing.
pattern AFC in some 3D type of font. I'm not too sure what it is, but yeah, like Lee said, great first half at the end. I moaned about the first 10-15 minutes, but then we really did kick on. Eddie, great finish, great touch and pass from Vieira, great ball from Sambi, but really that goal from Vieira really stole the show.
Yeah,
Tremendous.
Brilliant. Absolutely.
Made
brilliant.
up for his first attempt, which he dragged.
Yeah, his first 2 attempts.
Yeah, true.
He just, it's almost like he was looking for.
Said he ain't got a left foot. I don't know how that was.
Well, he didn't at the beginning of the game, but he obviously heard me, and I gave him confidence,
I actually thought it was
bit of
all black.
motivation.
I would have preferred. You
So
see
what is it?
So, you know, it's got like a pattern. It's got
Yes.
the
What don't you
patterns.
like about it?
So you rather it was
It's
just
not
all
like
black.
the pattern.
Like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that pattern there.
Yeah.
I'd rather take that. You see the faint taken from the old badge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather take that pattern in the background.
So this pattern's from the old badge.
I'm pretty sure it is, isn't it? You know the old badge had the.
Yeah, little things on the side.
Oh yeah. It is.
Julian, you should know this.
In the background.
I don't look at that much detail, but No,
He's not a details man.
Well, I am in some respects. When it comes to
We've got a super
spreadsheets.
chat here. Goalkeeper hasn't put a pass wrong, says Hunter. And listen, it is half time. And we are going to pass it over to James and Ty for the half-time analysis. We will be back for the second half. Love for the love. Hit the like button, people.
That's been a really good half of football from us, I have to say. And you've had a little bit of everything. You've had the goal from a set piece, brilliant set piece from Odegaard. Gabriel puts it in the back of the net. You've then got the goal on the counter attack, and that's the one I want to talk about in a little second, but we'll get to that in a bit. And then you've got the third, which is the intricate play, the little bit of quality. And the players that I think are having... Listen, Odegaard's having a brilliant game. The defence have been amazing. I think Nketiah's done his bit up top, holding up and linking the play, and of course got his goal. But I think two players who in these friendlies and in these opportunities wanted to kind of make a point. I think it is Vieira and Lokonga who are standing out and have played big parts in especially the second and third goal. Ty, your reaction to that half, it was pretty bloody good, wasn't it? Excuse my language.
Oh, that's fine, James. Thank you very much,
James.
James.
Loving the look, the headphones and everything. Commentator Ty.
Well, commentator lucky, I think. But thank you.
There we go.
Well, wherever it is, I think I'm good at being lucky at it. So, thank you very much, James. Yeah. It's absolutely impressive. Obviously, we know it's only a friendly, so we're not going to get carried away. But we never knew what shape the team would be in. So, to turn up like this, even if it was the full first team, it's absolutely amazing. So I'm very, very impressed. And hopefully, obviously, the most important thing is that if these players are needed, which I'm sure a lot will be needed, they can do that in the games that matter, then we'll be very happy.
Well, you know what it is about that half, right? I expected the performance to dip from what we've seen in the Premier League because we're making changes, but then you also see a lot of players there that are first team regulars. Tierney, Gabriel, Odegaard, you expect them to be playing first team minutes. Nketiah, Vieira, we know he's been having his opportunities for sure, so I expect there'd be a drop off, and then you had the fact they've not played in a while, but there's been an intensity and a level about Arsenal that's really surprised me. I mean, I went into this game going, cool, we're going to watch Arsenal play, that'll be nice. But I didn't think we'd be getting anything near what we've been seeing in terms of levels in the Premier League.
Absolutely.
And in fact, they have delivered on that front.
They have delivered. They have delivered. So, it's absolutely been brilliant. I'm really, really impressed. Really, really impressed. It's interesting because I was talking to you off air that if we hopefully win, which we hopefully should do, apparently there's a penalty shootout.
Yep, there is so just to reiterate the rules, guys, it's hilarious. So obviously it's the Dubai Super Cup. We're kind of treating it as a friendly because it is a friendly, but they've got their own tournament. They've got their own tournament rules out there. We're playing AC Milan in our second game, and the way it's essentially working is 3 points for a win. We look on course for that, but second half to come. And we know we conceded 3 goals in the second half of the friendly against Watford when we made changes. So, but we're 3-0 up, looking good. A win gets us 3 points. A draw gets us 2 points. And either way, no matter the result, we could win this 12-0. There will still be a penalty shootout in which the winner of the shootout will get an extra point. So it's all part of essentially ensuring that you don't have a World Cup situation where Poland and Mexico are trying to get the least yellow cards possible. Trying to avoid that because, of course, it is a small tournament, and ensure that there's enough points to go around so that they can determine a winner. Let's go through some of the comments.
Yeah.
Anthony says, after seeing Vieira and Smith Rowe coming back and Marquinhos, I don't see Mudryk until the summer. Priority will change to a straight striker and a defensive midfielder in January. Well, interesting take that, Anthony. And listen, you could be right, but a lot of the reports that Arteta isn't going to change his mind on what he wants in January just because of this Jesus injury. He still wanted a wide forward that could add depth into that front three anyway. So we'll see what he does. Hunt says, we can press or sit back effectively. Love it. I agree, Hunter. That's something actually we've not really given enough attention to on the Tactical Insight show, is how Arsenal are able to get into a deep block, protect the penalty area well, but press really efficiently. And the fact that the team have an understanding of when and where they're doing both things is what's so impressive. Ibby says, man, I haven't smiled like that during a watch along. apologies. Man, I hope you are enjoying the watch along and smiling. But he says, man, I haven't smiled like that watching football for a while. Feels like a year since we last played. The way we want to play just makes me smile. I completely agree, Ibby. And actually, I want to touch on something that I think Arsenal have been doing really, really well. Production, if we can take it to the tactical pad, I want to illustrate something on this goal with Ty that we've seen. Now, what I've got here is the position in which Lacazette loses the ball. Now, forgive me, don't pay any attention. Obviously, this is a really quick, rough thing I've put together just now behind the scenes. But where the ball is lost, Lacazette roughly, forget with the Lyon players, but what I have specifically shown is here where Vieira is. He's actually very deep. He has got back into that deep block that I think it's Hunter mentions. Yes, it was Hunter. In terms of getting back deep, protecting the area, and you see when Lacazette loses that ball, Gabriel, El Neni, Lokonga, they're all there to defend the area well, and in fact they do. Now there's a couple passes later, but what you end up with is this, Vieira right up the pitch, because as soon as he loses it, Lacazette, and Lokonga, El Neni, Odegaard, they kind of play it between them. In that time, Vieira has noticed there's a space to attack, and boy does he attack it. I think that's something that Arsenal need to get better at, and in this game have done really, really well. It's recognising that there's an opportunity to counter-attack quickly and kill teams off, and Vieira does that absolutely brilliantly. Ty, your thoughts on that? Because we're not really considered a counter-attacking team, but that's a really, really good bit of movement from Vieira. And listen, the touch is sublime and the pass is sublime as well.
It is, and it's interesting because hopefully it's adding a new dimension to what we will do, and hopefully what will work. So it's brilliant. You got to take your hats off to the players and the fact that they are not that they should, not really sulking, they're getting on with it and showing why they believe they should be in the first team. So if they're going to give Mikel selection headaches of the best possible way, obviously, then that's great. I'm really impressed because like you said, James, we never knew what we'd expect. So to have this, whatever type of friendly is brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Hunter sent in a super chat, says get Ty a hot chocolate or something. Are you warm?
I am warm. Actually, I'm sorry that the rest of you are cold, but listen, if we're hot on the pitch, then everybody's warm, aren't they?
There we go. So, I absolutely love that answer. Of course,
Thank
guys,
you very much.
We are based here in the UK, as you know, in London, near the Emirates Stadium, and I can't say that the weather in London is particularly warm right now.
No,
but as you said, Arsenal absolutely heating things up on the pitch.
Absolutely.
Let's go through some more comments. Akmal's impressed with how quickly the tactical insight came.
Yes,
this is what we do. This is,
brilliant.
I spend hours on this app, and
superb.
I do probably need more of a life, but there you go.
James, you've got an Arsenal life, and for anybody that have an Arsenal life, it's one of the best football lives in the whole wide world.
I agree with that. It's good to be back to it today. User 99 says, "Good to see you, James and Ty. It's good to see you as well.
Thank you.
Come on, guys, let's get Ty a hot beverage." Says Daniel Taylor.
I don't mind doing this.
Ibby, we did get your super chat.
Thank you.
We did get your super chat. Apologies, a little bit late.
Thank you very much for all the people saying that. I appreciate that.
James Bond says, "Guys, it's a really good feeling seeing you all back in the studio." It is, you know. And look, it's not even been, just under a month since we were watching Arsenal beat Wolves.
Yes, that's right.
It's not even been that long. But I think watching the World Cup, it's more, forget the quantity of time, think of the quantity of football.
Yes.
It's not the years, it's the mileage, if that makes sense. It's not that we've been away from it ages.
It makes perfect sense.
But there's been a lot of football played. And if there's one thing I'll say about the World Cup, we'll get your take on it, Ty.
Yeah.
I don't think the World Cup, I think it's been entertaining there's been upsets, there's been twists, there's been games that have gone to yellow cards and all that.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been the level of quality on show anywhere near what we've seen, and even just a friendly with a rotated Arsenal team today.
Wow, that's a big statement, and I absolutely agree. Yeah, of course. Okay. Absolutely. No, I absolutely agree. The thing is, we all wondered, and we're still going to be wondering what would have happened when the break stopped us. But, and a few of our fans and a few of us have been thinking, they wanted to carry on. But the way I see it, I think we've done an absolutely amazing job to be where we are. As it stands now, it's absolutely incredible. To be if somebody said you'd be 5 points behind Manchester City, we would have bit their hands off. So to be 5 points ahead is absolutely brilliant. So if obviously we still want to keep down to all that, and we want to be humble, we don't want to talk. So what I would say, with respect, is that I think that's phase one done, and we've executed that plan perfectly. Now it's phase 2 in the fact that when we come back, what are we going to be like, and how do we execute, hopefully, 2 wins to hopefully at least be 5, if not
Just
more.
get us to January.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've said this a lot. We are lucky to be in a position, obviously, but we've worked hard for it. So if we've worked hard, we can't then just crumble and start being scared. We have to adopt Man City's attitude, not the fact that we're Man City, in the fact that how they would act is what we have to, because they obviously are the champions and they know what it's like to win, and we have to adopt attitude. And why should we be worried?
Yep, I agree. Ty, I know we can't show you guys here because of, broadcast and all that, but we've got in front of us the 3rd goal.
Yes.
Now, the bit I wanted to point out was this little bit. So the ball comes to Nketiah, but it's this little bit from Lokonga here.
Yes.
Now, no, apologies, you guys can't see it, but Lokonga receives the ball,
Yes, he does.
opens up, and it's his switch pass that
Lovely.
Odegaard, just leaves it to Cedric, and the move goes from there into Vieira.
What a great dummy from Martin.
It's a great dummy from Martin. It's brilliant from Lokonga. And then that little bit of football there. Nelson involved. He's got his assist. What a finish from Vieira. He can strike a ball, can't he?
He can. Well, he showed against Brentford. I mean, it was amazing seeing that goal at Brentford.
He also showed it, I thought, in the Europa League game. I think it was Bodo Glimt at home, where he had a few strikes that game, but the one that ultimately ends up in the back of the net, he's got that.
Yeah.
He's got that ability to whip it near post.
He has, which is very difficult for the goalkeeper to see how much more try and save. Yeah, but the football was sublime.
Yeah, he's looking really good. I'm really happy for him having this performance. Now,
so
comment of the day comes from Dave Jordan. He says,
Dave Jordan, right, Dave Jordan.
So he's obviously heard you calling the performance impressive.
Yeah.
He said, I agree, very impressive, but other pressives are available, like suppressive, depressive or oppressive.
That's true, and all of them have to be respected in the way that if anybody is suffering from that, our hearts and thoughts and prayers go out to them.
Well, I mean, of course. But I mean, he knows you well, Dave. Let's put it that way.
The funny enough, Dave, I don't know. He was saying, did I go to Bournemouth to watch our women? Congratulations to our women, by the way. They won yesterday 1-0 with a goal from legend that is Vivian Miedema, and they won 1-0 against Everton. And legend Vivian scored again, and he said he said he was going to get a selfie. So I don't think I saw you, Dave Jordan, on that Sunday, on that Saturday.
AFC Cape Town says, speak for yourself, James. The World Cup has been amazing. AFC Cape Town, you always have it in for me. I don't know why. I do speak for myself.
Exactly.
I just gave my opinion on the World Cup. I said I think it's been entertaining. I didn't disagree with that. I think it's had some upsets. I think it's had some real twists, and a lot of stuff's gone on. But if you think you've seen a team that have played football at a level like what we've been seeing from Arsenal in the Premier League this season, then cool. I mean, maybe Brazil in the last game, Spain against Costa Rica, there have been some, but that's just my opinion. But thank you for joining the stream, and I appreciate your opinion as well. Namandi says, Martinelli is our central striker. Mudryk in January, the central midfielder, could also go for Gakpo, who could play wide forward or central striker. Those are good options. We'll take this final super chat as well from Jonathan, saying, great seeing Arteta ball again. I completely agree. We'll go back to the panel in just a sec. Ty, always humble. Franklin's absolutely right, Ty.
Thank you very much.
Humble and is.
Thank you very much. I try to be. Thank you very much. Thank you, Franklin, as is James.
Well, thank you very much. They are getting ready now because the teams are out here. Arsenal playing in the away kit. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they could easily wear red. I don't know why they're wearing black, but
they could have.
I can't imagine it's for sale reasons, because every time I go on the website, that kit's sold out. So I don't think they need to promote this kit anymore.
Well,
but certainly a good contrast to
James,
the Lyon kit.
You say that, it's interesting, because on a game which I play, which I won't name for advertising reasons, we mostly play in black. We hardly ever play in red. So I don't know if that's a coincidence or whatever.
The white sleeve, when the white sleeve on the Arsenal kit, maybe that's a part of it. But all right, guys, we're going to go back to everyone. I think Chris Hudson's in the chat. He says
all right, Chris, how are you?
Me on the World Cup. Thank you very much, Chris. Appreciate
thanks,
that.
Chris.
All right, back to the watch along team.
And we're back, and it's already kicked off. 30 seconds in. I think that's Lacko who just had a goal from about 30 yards.
We had a miss from 30 yards, didn't we?
Not bad shot, not bad effort.
So goal kick.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can hear me now, guys. Apologies about that. But yeah.
Is that right? I'm on red, is that right?
Yeah, it should be. 1 minute into the second half, Laka just had a shot from about 30 yards there.
Been any subs?
Don't think so. We've got a super chat from Anthony. He said, James, you mentioned Nelson, another wide forward. I think Arteta is smart enough to change priorities to striker after the Jesus injury.
I think that, you know, they look for a wide player, and Martinelli can go into that role as well. Like, you know, don't forget you've got Smith Rowe to come back in who can play that role as well. I think we just need one body up front, and we definitely need a midfield player.
Yeah, we're hardly having an injury crisis.
Marquinhos is on, by the way.
Oh, is he on? Yeah.
Yeah. Was that him? No, it looked like him.
That was him. Who's come off? Nelson.
Let's have a look. Eddie's on.
Let me have a quick.
Nelson's
still
on.
there.
So it's Vieira.
Check Arsenal.
Vieira.
Yeah, that's like Vieira.
Yeah, Vieira's off. Yeah.
Shinchenko. Oh, never to play for the goal. When is he going to get a run of games?
So he went out and then he got injured a different injury?
That's the rumour, is that he's out there though, because I've seen him out there.
Right.
But
he was in the squad that got announced?
Yeah, but he got injured when on his break. So he's out there, but my thing, if you're injured, would you be staying at home getting treatment?
But they've got all the treatment out there.
Yeah,
got all the
we've got
doctors
better
there.
treatment.
They've got a lot of. I was reading up
London
about.
Cone, haven't they?
I don't know. They've got a lot of facilities out in Dubai now. It's becoming quite a sports centre. And a lot of the players are going out there on their holiday time and training out there, doing one-to-one fitness.
Yeah, so maybe he's out there. I know what's name's out there, and he been doing a bit of co-commentating. Andrews Townsend, like on his rehab.
Oh yeah, he is.
That's why he's been.
Is he still playing?
Yeah, he's done his ACL in for Everton, didn't he? So he's out there doing a bit of rehab work, and doing a bit of co-commentating. But yeah, so he's gone out there. Maybe he's gone out there, you know, for his treatment. I don't know.
Super chat here from Ash says Vieira has bundles of talent, just need patience. I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that you'll see the best of him next year.
Do you think he needs to bulk up a bit, or you think?
I think he does.
Yeah,
I think he does.
He'll benefit from that.
Because it doesn't seem like he's a player to beat a man and beat a couple man. So it's not like he needs that lightweight stature to float about. Bulk up a little bit.
He's got great vision.
And a great left foot, to be honest.
Yeah, he's got a great left foot. Kind of knew he was left-footed, but then when I saw him do what he did, I just thought maybe I'd got it wrong. I just got it wrong in a different sense, that he has got a very good left foot.
Someone said he doesn't. Look at Messi. Does he need to bulk up? Bro, don't compare Messi to anyone, let alone Vieira.
But you know the funny thing, Messi is actually skinny. Like he's
not
actually
skinny.
quite.
No, I was just saying he's not skinny.
He's just small, isn't it?
He's just short.
Plus, he's different anyway.
And it's fucking Messi, like.
Yeah, it's
You know,
Messi.
Eddie's bulked up in the summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's definitely bulked up, like, you know, and it's you know, strength-wise, I think he's been much better. Look at that, you know what I mean? That's.
We've got Sharoy in the chat as well. He said, loving this new watch-along format. Shout out to the whole crew. See you next week. Sharoy is obviously joining us for the Tuesday friendly or Dubai Cup against Milan. But I want to know from you guys in the chat as well. Are you enjoying the new format where it's a bit more interactive? We pass it over to James, who, you know, he can listen to the commentary.
Offside.
Yeah, it's offside. Got his flag up. James can listen to the commentary, can give his opinions there. Once we hit back into Premier League action, the Opta stats come into play, and yeah. Something new, people. Just let me know what you're thinking about it. James is there reading the comments as well.
Maybe it wasn't offside.
It's all right.
Yeah. Don't suppose it's VAR today, is there?
Yeah, well, don't forget about that. It's quite refreshing that there isn't. DT says, great format, like a professional outfit. Love it.
Who?
DT247. Man said who?
Yeah, I think he's quite professional, really, isn't it? Like,
Apart from the heating.
Yeah, they've got everything going, bar the eating. Everybody's walking around, even production with coats on and all that.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you two have popped gloves on. You've got a woolly hat on.
Yeah.
Not shorts. Say Stricto's got his hood up.
Actually thinking about putting the Christmas lights on the tree and like just standing by it. Like, you know what I mean? If Julian does it, they think he's the fairy.
Well, I am top of the tree, aren't I?
Just like the Arsenal top of the tree.
The elephant in the tree.
The elephant.
KSS says new format is great, really enjoying it. Gary says best live show of the bunch. Courtney says love the new format, guys. Toys in the Hood says the new format looks cold, literally.
Yeah.
And Beefy says this format only works if you're all cold. Need to keep that consistent. I don't know about that.
So who did go off? Was it Vieira?
Yeah.
You with Australian or what?
Oh yeah, he's sort of fading in and out like that. He fades in and out like Vieira, doesn't he? Like, you know what I mean?
Eardrums are cold.
Yeah. Where'd you get those gloves? And the little that was at the old membership pack.
Yeah, the membership pack.
I didn't buy. Wouldn't have bought them.
No, well, look.
He said, "Well."
I mean, you could say I spent £1,600 on the gloves and got a free season ticket.
Yeah, that's it. Right.
Very expensive gloves.
Hey, the way Julian looks at things is mad, you know. You pay for the gloves and got a free season ticket.
It was good value, the season ticket. Gloves, not so much.
Gosh.
JC says, Turkish, did you say earlier Arsenal are coming to Australia for pre-season, or is it just a rumour? It's a strong rumour.
It is a strong rumour.
It's something we heard last
when we were in
Orlando.
And we heard it from quite a good source.
There you go. So it seems likely. I mean, I think United was in that neck of the woods.
Yeah, well, we've heard from pretty good contacts that it's going to be Australia.
Did Edu tell you, yeah?
Edu did have a little say about it.
What did he say about transfers?
He said, look, be excited. And
what was the new one?
We was like, you know.
Be surprised. What's next?
That is a mad saying, you know. Be surprised.
First, just be excited. 3 years later, let's be surprised. God knows in 3 years what it is.
What does that mean? Like,
listen, when that went, you know, I mean, when
nervous.
When me and Cecil spoke to him that day, he was, you know, very, very open, but he was more, when I was sort of saying, oh, I criticise a lot, he said, you know, listen, rightly so, but he said, when
Goal!
Marquinhos.
Who was that?
Marquinhos.
You'll be pleasantly surprised when you see this team this year. And
who had they signed at that point? It was a German game, wasn't it?
Was it Jugo? We'd signed Jesus.
You'd signed him.
Yeah, that was the only one, like Marquinhos.
Vieira just come. Well,
I'm not so sure about Vieira. He might have come, but like definitely Shinchenko's when we was out in America.
Who did we get? Like,
wasn't Vieira before Jesus?
No, I think
Jesus was last.
I don't think. But we were talking about Jesus
Zinchenko
for ages, weren't we? Yeah, Zinchenko was definitely. Zinchenko was
definitely
when we were in Orlando because we saw him in the stands, didn't we, against the Orlando team?
Yeah.
Who's that?
And then he played against.
He
saved it.
Yeah, and he did say to there'd be another big one coming. You know what I mean? Like, and he'd actually said, we're going to be. We're surprised a few this year, and I don't think anybody had thought we'd been as this good in those first 14 games. Look what we are now.
Never.
And do you know what the best thing about, I know we play some good football and all that, but the best thing for me at this moment about watching the Arsenal and being the Arsenal is that when we struggled against Wolves. I didn't say we struggled, but it was tough to break them down. But once we broke them down, I knew we was going to win that game. You know, I wasn't panicking. Do you know what I mean? The way we see it out.
We're a bit calmer now.
Yeah.
Even with the Palace first one, 2-0 away.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't really look like we was ever going to lose that lead.
No.
The only time that I've panicked this season when I thought we might not.
Leeds,
yeah.
Leeds.
That was a tough watch, wasn't it? It was a tough watch that last 10 minutes.
Especially there was loads of injury time, wasn't there?
Yeah, we just kept delay. But Chelsea, we went 1-0 up against Chelsea.
It was easy.
That Chelsea was
relaxed.
I felt that was it.
We've had this season, that Chelsea game.
You know, and that's the really good thing about it. So I'm gonna say it now, like, and it's not because I've met Edu and all that.
It has helped.
It has helped, but I trust what they're going to do. You know, whatever they do, I think that they will make signings. I think that they was always going to make signings in January anyway. I think we've definitely got. We're in again here. Great touch.
That's go on then. That's
crap. Finish it.
Go on now, Eddie. He's got a shot on him.
Unlucky. Gave the keeper the eyes.
And look, he's frustrated, but he's missed.
So I do think that we're in for a real. I think that those first 2 games worry me.
Yeah, because I mean, how many players have West Ham got in the World Cup?
Most of them are on there.
They got Rice still.
Rice and Paqueta's still out there, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they've got a couple. But
and Brighton, because Trossard was their big one, and Trossard's now come back. So he's from Belgium.
That's actually a name that hasn't come up since the Jesus injury. Trossard, because he'll have 5 months left, I believe, on his contract come January, and he's a player that can play up front. So is that someone that maybe we look at?
He had a poor World Cup, didn't he? A poor World Cup.
Yeah, but so did every Belgian player.
Yeah, every Belgian player. Yeah, exactly.
But apparently Chelsea in for him.
Chelsea in for everyone.
I mean, that's his Potter, innit?
Oh yeah, true.
I think that you know, if those first 2 games get to those first two games, and I would hopefully.
But then we got Newcastle, the 3rd game, haven't we?
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll get a signing. Maybe hopefully January 1st. We've got 2 days. I'm not saying that we will, but like.
Realistically, it's more likely Newcastle are going to go in for someone early because they've got the money to do it.
Yeah. So.
In fact, we're probably better off playing Newcastle right at the beginning of the window because they're not going to have a chance to get their players in.
They're going to be a different team at the end of it.
Yeah.
I reckon, like, you know...
have Newcastle got many players at the World Cup?
It would be nice if you got the news like before the transfer, because you know on January the 1st we're signing so and so, you know what I mean, and they're going to be paraded at Newcastle.
Well, they can play. Like, if they sign them January 1st, they could play against Newcastle. They could play.
Yeah, they could play if we can get them done.
It's a big January, you know. It's a big one.
I don't think we're signing more than one player.
Don't forget, after that Newcastle game, we've got the FA Cup at Oxford, and then we've got Tottenham.
Yeah, and Tottenham's
and then Man United the following week.
Yeah, so we got Oxford on the Monday and then Tottenham on the following Sunday.
Yeah.
Tottenham still 4th, yeah? Can't remember.
Do you know I looked down the team for a very long time?
I think they're 4th, yeah.
But we're playing 3rd and 4th back to back, that means.
Yeah.
Without Gabriel Jesus.
Well, it depends what happens in the first few games, isn't it? By the time we play, and there's going to be 3 games between.
Yeah, we could actually be, you know, that's why I'm saying those first 2 games we've got to go and beat West Ham and then beat Brighton, and I think that would just take away a little bit of the nervousness of us all, because we're going to be I'm going to be nervous going into that game.
Few super chats have come in, so let me catch up. Andre says new format is ace. AFTV best fan channel on YouTube. Love for that, Andre. Big up James for the new format as well. Ash says second team looked poor all season, now playing the same patterns as the starting 11. Like Florida, Arteta with a pre-season to develop players is ridiculous. And Shress says you lot should get a sponsor for heating. Why does Arsenal charge £10 for telecast? Unbelievable. I hope Cecil told Josh everything is too expensive at Arsenal. I doubt he did, but yeah, I'll ask him.
Yeah, but then if they're not going to charge, then how are they going to afford the players? So you want the players, but you don't want to pay for them.
Win shit.
Yeah, but to win shit, you need the players.
Stop charging us for everything. Nah, Julian, that's wrong. You can't say, because then if they move it to £25, you could still say the same argument. You could still say, how are they going to buy players?
But you always have a tipping point where if you charge too much, people won't pay at all. So you actually lose revenue.
For these 2 games in?
I think it's £10 for both games.
Yeah,
it's £6 for one.
Or 5, yeah, 5.
So you've got a choice. It's not massive money, but if you give away any business that gives away something for nothing, it's either a gimmick to get you into buying other stuff, or it's or they're going to go bust. And we don't want Arsenal to go bust.
Oh, well, there's no chance of us going bust.
Well, remember, you've lost money the last 4 years.
No chance of us.
We release a kit every flipping home game.
You say like, you know, when you say that, Julian, lost money. That they've not actually lost money. It's
well, the last 4 years,
the money that they was.
No, they have lost money the last 4 years. The recent accounts have come out. Last 4 years, they've lost money. We lost less money this time round. I mean, last year, the last.
So the club's not earned a penny then?
No, it's lost money
Because we haven't been winning.
Yeah, well, because of Europe, because of COVID, but actually in revenue terms, we're only 6th. So Tottenham have a greater revenue than we do.
Good old Kroenkes, isn't it?
Why is that?
Well, for a start, they had Champions League football. We had no European football.
Yeah, so they had more games than us, like, yeah. I see that. Like,
Lacazette's come off.
There's no way that they could outsell us on stuff and things like that.
Well, some of their commercial deals are better. Our commercial deals aren't great.
Well, we're still bigger than them.
Well,
there's no
you can argue it in many different ways. Under what factor?
In football,
so are we on trophies? Yep. Absolutely. And I'd always argue with them on trophies, because you look at their trophy cabinet, it's empty. So that's the best way to argue it.
You know, I mean, look, listen. Not many teams can go around and and outsell their football kit like we've done.
Well, not many teams can go to Orlando, Florida, and pack out stadiums.
You know what I mean? So
Tottenham definitely couldn't do that.
Like at the end of the day, that is a big thing. What you actually said there, Jim, which is something we haven't really took into concept.
Nice.
That's brilliant football.
Who's that? That's Tierney. Go on.
Unlucky.
He's missed that himself.
Yeah.
He should have
scored that.
That Marquinhos.
Yeah.
It's that not having those Champions League games or any games in Europe last season.
Yep.
We've missed out on a lot there. I think
it's also sponsorship as well as the advertising revenue and
every home game brings us £3 million, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you know, so if you take like that,
we went out the FA Cup really early.
Yeah. We didn't even have an home game.
No.
So you know, it's a lot on it.
But the other aspect is things like the way they do it at Tottenham. Their revenues in the ground are doing really well because of the way that they serve. If you ever tried to get a drink at Arsenal, the queues there, whereas Tottenham have got that system where they fill the pints up from the bottom instantly. They've got them all ready to go. You know, the organisation there is just better than ours commercially.
They learnt from our mistakes.
Maybe.
It's still shit.
Well, it's always been a problem at Arsenal. You know, well, not just at Arsenal. Even if you go to an away games, you know, for half time, it's just for queuing up for a drink or forget it. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Forget it.
It's a difficult challenge for football teams because what you've got is pretty much everyone wanting what they've got for 15 minutes.
Yeah, and the thing is now though with Arsenal, which they have done this season, which is better, they're doing little deals to get you into the ground early, aren't they?
That's another thing Tottenham do, they have entertainment there. It's not just about going for the game. They've learned from the American experience where it becomes the game is the focal point, but it's before and after entertainment.
Yeah, but that's because it's new and everything like that, like, you know what I mean?
Daniel Levy's a better owner than the ones he's not even the owner, is he? But
no, he's
he runs it better.
Yeah, he runs. Tottenham have been run better since the Kroenkes took charge of Arsenal.
But they have boxing matches there and things like that, and NFL. We're not going to have that, are we?
Well, there's I don't know. There was talk of that. What was it? Was it the Sidemen charity game? That happened recently. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, but apparently the next one's at the Emirates.
Okay. And we have concerts at the Emirates as well.
We have concerts. Coldplay were there.
Bit appropriate today, isn't it? Coldplay.
I remember going to watch Brazil a few times at Arsenal.
Got a couple super chats in. Trey says, when the season starts back, they need to lie to Sambi and tell him it's a friendly game. That's the only time he performs, I swear. Pray it continues. And Stress, Julian, defending Arsenal on money when Arsenal did crappy business deals, player signings, most expensive tickets for watching Giroud, Mustafi, model boy Bellerin for years. How many kits we've added us this year? Come on.
Oh, but the reality is the revenues are the sixth, only the sixth highest. So I'm actually criticising them for that.
Yeah.
I will say that talking about Lukonga, he has played well today.
Who?
Lukonga, he has played well in there today.
Yeah, that ball over the top to Vieira was probably the best moment of his life.
Making a couple of subs now, is he?
Who's that kid coming on?
Got a few kids coming on. Serjan.
All the youngsters are coming on now.
Yeah. Wholesale changes made. 66 minutes gone. This is the time now to pass it over to James and Ty and get their thoughts on it.
Making changes, Ty. Do you know what's interesting about this is I think you can look back at pre-season, the summer pre-season, not mid-season pre-season, second half of the season.
Wow, a lot of changes. Yeah, go on.
He's making a lot of changes now.
Yes.
He could have done these at half-time. I think that's what he did in the Watford game, or maybe he did half at Watford, whatever. But he clearly just feels that the first teamers he has available.
Taylor.
Yeah, you recognise a lot of these players. You know what?
A lot of these players.
In a second, I'd love to get some insight on you on some of these, but you can see that he clearly wants to give them as close to a full 90 as possible.
Absolutely.
At the moment. So now he's giving them 66.
Oh,
Ethan
wow.
Ranieri's on.
Oh, great.
You might see them get maybe 70 or so in the next game, and it follows the trends that he did in the pre-season summer games, Chelsea, Sevilla, where he gave them long periods of time in these games rather than just a half each. So,
he did.
We'll see kind of what he does with the future ones. But talk to us about some of these players. Obviously, Ethan Ranieri, we know. Anyone else whose name stood out there?
Ethan, Taylor Foran.
Yeah,
been brilliant. Nathan Butler Odeji has been superb, and I think. Mario Kozia Dubry as well.
Okay.
I'm fortunate enough to get to watch them every week, and they're very, very talented young players.
It's a lot of changes. We'll see. Just waiting for all the changes to get updated here on Google, so I can go and read them all through to you guys. But we do know that Marquinhos came on at half-time for Vieira, and he made a good impact on the game. If we actually look at the stats, they're quite funny. We've had less of the ball than Lyon, but of course they haven't had a single shot on target, which speaks to our dominance. Still waiting to see if we can get any news on some of the youngsters who've come on. We've got Lepenant come on. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong team. That's why. That's for Lyon. Let me have a little look. Still, an effort there for Lyon. Here we go. So we know Marquinhos on. Catalan Kurjan's come on. I know there's a lot of hype around him, so it'll be good to see him.
Yeah, he's had a bad injury, unfortunately.
Yeah, he did, but he's back now. Matt Smith, Miles Anthony, Lewis Skelly's on.
Matt, Charles.
And that's it. I think a few more might have. We know Ethan Ranieri being one of them.
Ethan Taylor. I'm fortunate enough to know to these players and actually chat to these players as well. After games and all that, and to very, very humble, professional, talented young men. Yeah, brilliant, and fantastic players.
Oh, good stuff. Guys, we are live on Twitch. Probably should have made that point a little bit earlier, but of course, as we are on YouTube, we're live on Twitch as well. We are back again. We missed you, says F1 Connor.
We missed you too. Thank you very much.
If you prefer... wherever it is you're tuning in, guys, the Twitch audience, thank you so much as well. All right, let's take it back to the rest for the last 20 minutes of the game. And of course, there's a penalty shootout to follow up.
Yes.
And we're back, people. And as James listed the substitutions made, I just noticed that an ex-Arsenal player came on for Lyon, René Adelaide. Remember him?
Yeah.
I remember the name. I don't really remember him playing much.
Another one that everyone thought he's going to be the next best thing, but here he is.
What a dream for these young kids, though, to come on and be playing like in this tournament mid-winter, going off to Dubai, playing for the Arsenal.
But do you think it'd be more of a dream for them to be turning out maybe in the Carabao Cup on a Wednesday night at Hull, actually in a competitive game?
Yeah, maybe that as well, but this must be a great education.
It's a great experience, man.
Yeah. That's not as glamorous, but you are right, there's more eyes on it.
Yeah, it's an exhibition game, isn't it?
Yeah, but for when I go home, say Mum, Dad, I'm off to Dubai now for 2 weeks. Training.
I mean, even to get to that level too.
Yeah,
play for Arsenal's first team in whatever capacity is just a dream for most people. I know it was one of my dreams that didn't come true yet.
It's not too late, man.
Never too late to dream.
Yeah, they do an over 50s Arsenal team.
Yeah, that's the thing. They do a women's team, don't they?
Yeah.
They do like an OAP's team.
They should do like a veterans team, shouldn't
Masters.
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
But then they do, don't they? They have Masters football. Didn't
Yeah,
they used to do the
generally.
Masters six-a-side?
Yeah,
Was it?
it's
I was watching that.
I think they still do, but it's not as.
They used to do that. Do you remember back in the day? And used to like the London five-a-sides and all that. It was brilliant. It was at Wembley.
It was
like.
good.
Brilliant. And all the top players playing there. I wouldn't be able to do it now, but like.
Youngsters there.
Paul Merson says that's how he got his big break. That was playing in that five-a-sides.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, London
It was a big thing,
five-a-sides.
wasn't it?
Paul Merson, he got called up. It was Charlie Nicholas was playing and a couple of others. And
I think someone
that's
pulled
where he
out, didn't they,
sort of-
last
yeah,
minute?
Started from there, yeah?
and he got sort of
That was good.
put in, and that was where he got sort of recognised and sort of got his confidence and everything from there.
Look behind you, look behind you. By the way, that was a good take from the keeper there.
Yeah. He hasn't really been tested apart from that. He looked good there.
Arsenal on the attack.
So when's Turner coming back in? Is he going to be playing against AC Milan?
We've probably given him a break as well.
So if England go out on Saturday, then maybe we'll see Saka and Ramsdale back again.
Not on Tuesday, we won't.
Not straight away.
Why? It's only like an hour for, not even that. It's an hour's flight. They go straight there.
Yeah, but I don't even
go,
see them playing
but
a
they're
game
not gonna
3
play
days
a
later.
game.
Probably against Juventus then.
Yeah, I don't see why Ramsdale can't at least play.
Yeah, Ramsdale needs a couple of games, surely, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
And he's the kind of character that want to play. It must be quite frustrating, especially
I reckon
goalkeepers on the
Ramsdale
bench.
playing the next one. I reckon Ramsdale playing the next one.
If England go out.
Yeah.
He's hoping for the best there.
Yeah, but then if England go out, I mean France we don't get Saliba back, but then I suppose it's better lose Saliba or lose.
How I look at it, we're going to have either Saka or Saliba not available for
and Brazil are going to get through.
West Ham game.
Brazil are getting through against Croatia, would have thought, and that means they've still got, even if they lose a semi-final.
So if it was a Brazil-England final, the chances are our front three won't be available for the first game against West Ham.
This is where we need to just put our foot down and say, no, I don't give a shit if you was in the final. You're back to business now.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
I don't care. You got another break in the summer.
Say if it's Martinelli, they're going to have to go to Brazil, do all the celebrations, aren't they?
So why has he got to go to Brazil?
Because that's how you celebrate the
trophy.
Yeah, but it's us that pays his wages.
Yeah, but you have to give him that moment, though.
That's what we do.
You can't deny him that
day.
moment. So, they're not probably going to get back to England if it's actually the first.
He's got to go all the way back to Brazil. That's basically the other side of the world.
Yeah,
for them.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, let him go for a day.
Yeah, but
and then come back.
all right. He's not going to go for a day. He's going to go. It's going to take him a couple of days. It's going to be an extra week.
Nah, no
Yeah,
way. Why a week? The season's still going on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
if
if
he
you
coming
let him
back that
go-
Thursday and the season starts on the Sunday, is it Sunday or the Monday?
Yeah.
Monday.
The Monday, so he'll
Yeah.
be back Thursday.
So it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, when Arsenal won the league at Anfield in '89, I think David O'Leary never went to the celebrations because he went to on the Sunday because he went to play for Ireland. For him, playing a competitive game was more important than going around on an open top parade.
But that's kind of the opposite. I mean, he's going to represent his country after. Whereas if you don't do that, it's
Yeah, exactly. So it's more important that he was at the celebrations because Arsenal hadn't won the league in. Well, it was a unique situation.
Not to him though. It's more important for him to play for his country.
Yeah, well,
And to celebrate, I guess that was his.
but
desire.
they celebrated that night at
He
Anfield.
don't drink anyway that much for the song. I don't know, you know what I mean? Listen, if Brazil win that, they're going to go to Brazil. As simple as that, you know what I mean? They haven't won the World Cup for 20 years. Same with England, they're going to have a street party after that if England win it. There ain't going to be there's going to be at least. So that'd be the Sunday. So they come home on the Sunday. Say if England win it, they come home on the Monday, have the parade and that Tuesday, Wednesday. He ain't going to be back till Thursday without a break.
I think normally, the case would be.
And so it's what day's the 26th? 26th is a Friday, is it? Or
No, Monday, isn't it?
it's a Monday. So still got a week. It's not as if they're going to be rusty. They're going to be training. So
just don't celebrate too much, man.
yeah.
Come back to business.
I mean, none of these guys drink much anyway, which is good.
Come back to business.
You know, if we're being honest, it's just a see what happens, isn't it? Suck it and see sort of moment, isn't it? Really, like, you know what I mean?
It's about mentality, man. Like I said, Jack has led by example there, coming straight back in. I hope the rest follow. I mean, I know Tomiyasu talked about, you know, how hurt he is about going out and he needs a little break, but come on, man.
But I think that kind of comment was just after the game, so he probably is raw. He wakes up the next day, he's all right.
Oh, was it directly after the game?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think, like, you know, he's one that probably does need a rest because of, you know, he's been rushed back from injuries and all that, and like, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't be at all against him having a few days off.
Yeah, but we may well need him. It depends what's wrong with Ben White.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, have a couple of days off now. He's still got 2 or 3 weeks left, hasn't he?
I'm with you lot though, man. I'm not with anyone taking a day off when the season starts. Like, I want all our players who are fit and available to start and to play.
They've come into it a bit more now, Lyon, haven't they?
Yeah.
The changes, isn't it?
Yeah, more or less changed the whole 11.
Yeah.
Well,
but they still haven't had a shot on target, from what I remember.
no, couple wide.
You know, You know, the only thing our goalkeeper's done is come out for a cross.
I like, you know, we're still trying to play, aren't we?
Someone said, Julian hates happiness, I swear, but we know he loves Kit Kat.
Yeah.
I had Harvey's pizza at half time.
He's had Harvey's pizza now, like, you know what I mean?
Wesley says, I'd love to see Lewis Skelly in the middle. You mentioned Lewis Skelly's Stricto.
Yeah.
Know much about him?
Yeah, I'll be honest, what I do know of him is highlights I've watched on on the Arsenal reserve pages, and he seems like the real deal, man. You know, him and Ethan Nwaneri.
What you're saying there next
Oh,
up?
look at that.
Look at the touch from Arteta.
He's class in so many ways, that man.
Yeah, like I feel like he's next up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We've got the penalty shootout, be all the players on the pitch, I take it, like, yeah, so it'd be all the youngsters saying
Yeah.
that.
Oh, so there's a definite penalty shootout?
Yeah, that's what it's saying.
After
win, lose or draw,
every game for an extra point.
you get an extra point for the penalty
which is
shootout.
that's quite a good idea for friendlies.
Oh.
Good ball into the box down, lucky though.
Be interesting whether they'd bring that into the Premier League ever.
Oh, good tackle.
Nah.
That's the Nwaneri, by the way.
Yeah, this is Nwaneri. Look, oh!
So it's the sort of thing they'd bring into the MLS, that kind of idea.
Do you remember that? Oh, wasn't it MLS that used to do that
halfway line?
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
But it is a skill, isn't it?
I watched it the other day, yeah? So you know the Leeds manager? I didn't know he was a player.
Oh, what happened there?
We just come back from the highlight of the shot previously, and it looked like Lyon put themselves in a bit of trouble. Seems like a corner. Yeah, they did.
Ooh, it's unlucky there.
Oh, did he save it, the defender?
From the
Yeah.
So it's corner. It's goalkeeper saved
Great.
that.
Oh no, keeper saved it. Yeah.
Yeah, keeper saved it. He just came on, that keeper. Oh.
Lucky. Nwaneri again.
So Eddie's come off as well then.
Yeah, so Lukonga, Nelson, Eddie, Cedric Tierney, Gabriel, Holden, Odegaard and Vieira are all
come off.
Yep.
Okay.
That's 9 of the 11 that started the game off the pitch.
Right.
You know, Lyon, they used to have a cold team. Do you remember that Benzema? That Brazilian, the free kick guy, Juninho.
Juninho P something. I forgot his surname, but.
Yeah, I remember before PSG came on the scene, maybe early 2000s. I think they won the league 3 times consecutively.
That's some unbelievable players, man.
As we head in, well, we're already in the last 10 minutes. I'm going to pass it over to James for the last time this stream. Over to you, James.
Yeah, 3-0, 10 minutes to go. The kids, they're doing well. They're holding their own. They've hit the post. You know, a lot of these players, Ty. Catalan Kurjan with the effort there. You mentioned it before. Yeah, that long knee, I think it was a knee injury that kept him up. But I know he's a player who's really, you know, they were excited about in the academy before that injury. He's been kind of drafted into first team training recently. Good save by Hein. He's done all right today, Hein, by the way.
Carlos done really well.
You know, distribution's been good and collecting. And generally, I mean, 80 minutes gone, this has been a really accomplished performance from Arsenal.
It has. It's been superb. And it is absolutely fantastic to see these young men having game time, because this will mean so much to them. It'll be such a massive experience. Funny enough, we do have a Premier League Cup game against Burnley tomorrow at Bournemouth at 7:00, and a lot of these would be playing. So it's going to be interesting because tomorrow you'd even see a younger crop. Because they're usually who play in the Premier League Cup and all that. It's brilliant. But it's nothing less than what they deserve, because they've, just like the first team, they've worked really hard all season, or to the new year, I should say. Yeah. to get this opportunity. So
good on them.
Well done to them.
We saw Nwaneri winning the ball back there, and then had the strike. The strike wasn't probably his best, but showing that work ethic. And look,
absolutely.
And also just a bit of news update for anyone there. I know we were discussing it earlier. It is in fact the players that end the game on the pitch who are going to be taking the penalties.
That's right.
It's not, obviously we're asking those questions because it might sound obvious, but it didn't seem obvious to me that we'd have a penalty shootout
no, it didn't.
Regardless of the score. But
the score line,
but there is one, and it will be the players out there. We see Matt Smith now taking the throw in.
Yes.
Nwaneri, all them. Sousa, player that you say you rate highly. These players, Marquinhos, they'll be getting the chance to take a spot.
Well, he's very, very highly rated. And I was saying to you, James, off air, that I can't remember who we played. He'd done some outrageous nutmeg skill. And when I saw him after the game, I said, I shouldn't even been going near you, because that skill was outrageous. He was just laughing. Mate, his lovely family and all that. So, what it is with respect, they've got so much confidence, these young men. And we are very, very lucky to have them representing the club, and representing the club in the right way as well.
Yep, I completely agree. All right, guys, 8 minutes to go.
Nice one, James. Nice one, Ty. Just under 7 minutes to go now. And it's been somewhat dull second half in comparison to the first. But a lot of changes have been made. A lot of the youngsters out there.
They're doing well now, youngsters. I think they're playing the same sort of way. And
they still haven't had a shot on target, Lyon.
Yeah, they've kept Lyon. I know Lyon have made a lot of changes as well, but they've kept him at bay.
Nice.
That's confidence, isn't it?
They're confident, aren't they?
We've hit the post since they've come on. Had another chance.
Yeah, it could have been more. I think if this had been a competitive game, we would have kept on going, kept on the intensity.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm assuming Lacazette's gone off, but I wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah.
Didn't see him when he was on.
The big boys have gone off as well.
Aouar's gone off, has he?
Yeah.
Ran into a bit of trouble there. Ball over the top.
Yeah.
3-on-3 for the moment. A good ball across, but no one really took the risk. Kept on though by Lyon. On the right hand side, ball in.
Keeper's got it again.
Nice.
He looks a bit better today, isn't he?
Yeah, but he was under no pressure at all. You say he looked better, but he's had nothing to do apart from he took out one cross quite well. And he hasn't fallen over today, so that's been good.
Defended really well today.
Yeah.
Dilly-dallying on the ball, got caught.
Can't be doing that.
Yeah.
Nice feet, again, nice feet, through. Good defending.
Yeah, good defending.
Very good defending.
He wants to thank him for that, and I think he just did.
Otherwise it would have been a goal.
Is that boy that played centre half in Germany playing today? Because you quite rated him, didn't you, Lee?
Walter, he hasn't featured. I think someone was saying another one's just come back from injury.
Oh.
But he was brilliant in Nuremberg.
Yeah.
Oh, Waters.
That's it.
Walters.
That's it.
First shot on goal.
Header on target.
If someone's saying he's just coming back from injury, he's over there though. So hopefully we'll see the likes of him in the next game. Smith Rowe as well.
Yeah, Smith Rowe's worrying. Smith Rowe, Ben White, and Zinchenko. Because if we've got those 4 players out, that makes a difference. Massive difference.
Yeah, to the bench as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just to strengthen in depth and everything like that. I totally agree.
Ball over the top to our left-hand side.
Overlap.
That's a good cross. Nice. Very good cross.
Oh, nice ball in.
Build up that
yeah. Unlucky that the far post. Really should have done better, but listen, there's young guys out there.
Great cross.
Yeah.
Put off by the defender. But he went up there.
Oh, God. I'll be glad to get outside in the warmth.
I was talking to Mike earlier in Florida, and he was just sitting outside in a t-shirt. I'm just looking at him like, fuck, you know.
No, it's all wrong, man.
Whilst you're here, people, if you caught the last couple of lives on AFTV, it's been FIFA related, but it's all for a good cause. Gooners versus Cancer. Big up Mike over there in the US and his team doing great things. AFTV members dropped into the quarter-final stage of the FIFA 23 tournament, both on Xbox and PlayStation 5. Unfortunately, I'm the only one that made it through to the semi-final. So on Monday, it's semi-final time. Lead judges is coming in to commentate on that. Shulds will be back again to commentate. So wish me luck, people. It's me versus Daniel from Southeast London, and the other semi-final, Archit and Nikhil over in Boston. So it's a Boston-London final, whatever the results.
Oh, well done. Who got knocked out then from our lot then on the court final?
James done well. I was very surprised.
James B.
Yeah, James B. I was very surprised.
Knocked out.
So what's this for? Is that FIFA game?
Can't make it up, can you?
It's Gooners. So Gooners versus. Do you know about Gooners versus Cancer?
Yeah, so that's my.
Stat man, really, he's the prep man. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about? That's got anything to do with FIFA. How little you know.
Yes.
How little you understand about anything beyond what you watch.
Still got to use your fingers. When you're statting, you're still using your fingers and thumbs.
I think this calls for a James versus Lee game of FIFA real soon. That's
so
what
is it the football game like FIFA 23 or whatever? Yeah. I like that.
Have you got a PlayStation?
Yeah, got one off. A girlfriend that worked for, or still works for.
Sony.
What's that company? Activision. So.
You ever heard it?
Have you got the new PlayStation 5?
No, I just got the 4, but I don't play it. I don't have time. The only one I play is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
On your PlayStation?
Yeah.
It's funny that.
Ever heard of that saying like the truth hurts? You know what I mean? Because he certainly built on that, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's still listening.
I'm not just a stat man.
You're not just a stat man. I'm the prep man. What was the score? Did he lose by?
It was pretty close for the majority.
Majority.
I don't remember the final scores, but
Well, no, you're being nice to. You're being kind.
James, what was the score, James?
Okay, hold on.
I drew the first leg 2-2, and I played really well. And then I lost the second leg 6-1.
6-1.
Right. And who'd you lose to?
Archit in Boston.
Yeah.
You lost the people that call it soccer.
Listen, you didn't show up.
Or if you did, it was late.
Lee wasn't even invited. So quite frankly, I turned up, I did my bit. I scored a wonder goal, by the way. You want to see what James Ball looks like? I'll show you all
fingers and
later.
thumbs, that's what I say. Like, yeah, I mean.
It's unbelievable. It's something out of the 2010 Barcelona team. And then, other than that, that's it.
So that was a consolation you scored, basically.
No, that was in the 2-2, so I enjoyed that one. It put me 2-1 up, and then I bottled it.
He ain't saying too much about it.
Did you ever play these games?
No, I've never played FIFA. I've never played FIFA. Never really enjoyed it. PlayStation, all that. Like, right, doing the real thing.
Yeah, I would as well.
I mean, don't stop you doing the real thing either. It goes with the real thing.
I just never have time. I've got all the games.
One of my mates is the same age as me. He loves it all, like COD and all that. Like he's on it all the time, like. But I've never been into it.
No.
That's one I've never played. I've never played COD in my life.
What's COD?
It's a fishing game.
Yeah, you gotta catch it.
What's boys COD? No, I've got Call of Duty. I've got loads of them. Yeah, because girlfriend works for Activision, so I've got all the codes.
No, I've never played it. Never.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Penalty shootout.
We have a penalty shootout now.
All right, so we got, how many points did we
3
get?
points.
So there's no penalty shootouts in the...
Do we get extra points for goals? Like
No.
So we get 3
We
points,
get 3
they
points
get none.
now, we get an
And then
extra
if we
point
win
for
it,
penalties.
we get 4 points.
If we win it.
So we could win another cup already, because we won 2 cups, didn't we, in Orlando?
Look, you know, you're going into it a bit too much like James's 2-2, you know what I mean? Like, let it go, mate.
If you're going to enter competitions, let's win it.
Jay's going to come right here and backhand you.
The big book of stats as well.
How's that for stats?
Do you know what I've got?
Say stats.
It's the first time Lee's been hitting the head with a book.
So was there any, in these competitions, was there any penalty shootouts, or did they all just safely go through? Obviously, what was your scores?
I won 3-1 and 4-1. There was no penalty shootouts.
No penalty shootouts.
Nah, he's got it. Jay's coming with a book. Into the history.
I bought this tactics book here. You wouldn't understand it, but anyway, it's a good read.
He's got pictures.
It's got pictures and all sorts. It's like a comic.
Oh, there's 6 pages. 6 pages and 1 for you.
Is that the new book that's come out? No idea. The Athletic will bring it out book.
Oh yeah, that tells you what positions they play and all that, like. Yeah.
They're getting ready for the penalty shootout, deciding who's to take penalties. It's a very young side out there. I think Nene is a senior, so I'm assuming he'll take one.
Nene came off, did he?
No.
Oh, he stayed on.
I think he stayed on.
I think one of the kids got the itch to take it. If you're a youngster and you're coming on in this game, and surely you gotta want to put yourself forward to take the pen.
Yeah, and then he's the only outfield player that stayed on for the 90.
But there's no pressure, there's no crowd, it's a friendly.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, put your hand up. Yeah, I want one.
I mean, really, they should score every one, because it should be like training this.
But people do miss in training too.
Oh, I always found it really easy to take penalties.
Julian. This is Julian before the injury.
Yeah.
Come on, lads. Let's get another point.
And Liverpool are playing both these teams, and we're not playing Liverpool. So it's a 4-team tournament.
Like the Emirates Cup, innit?
Yeah.
But instead of penalties, you get more for goals.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing with the Makita, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Well, they call it Emirates Cup now, don't they? It used to be the Makita tournament.
Is it?
Yeah. I remember they first played it in, I think it was 89, 90. And they used to play it at Wembley.
What, the Emirates Cup?
Well, it wasn't called, it was called the Makita tournament then, and they played it at Wembley. And we used to play Tottenham most. It would be Arsenal, Tottenham, and 2 European teams.
Oh, everyone said, and then they came off.
I thought he came off.
It didn't update on my thing. So
Is that the keeper going to take a penalty?
That's confidence.
He hasn't.
That is confidence.
I've only seen one Arsenal keeper take a penalty and he missed. That was Championship against United.
Oh, no, he was holding it.
Well, you should have. Keepers should be able to take penalties because they keep the ball up.
Yeah.
I reckon Ramsdale would be good penalties.
Do you remember that keeper for Chile? Shilova. He used to take free kicks.
I never saw that.
Shilova.
Who's first up? Marquinhos or say it's a straight away. You see, got those big, powerful legs. Yeah. You don't need to be a stat man to know that.
Where's he going?
Straight down the middle.
No, I think he's going.
Right.
I think he's going to
left.
his right.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah.
Keeper's left. Yes, you could see how it's shaping up, couldn't you? I'm surprised the keeper couldn't see that.
Keeper's young, well, 21, so.
That was a good penalty, by the way.
It was, but it was quite obvious where it was going. But even if the keeper had gone the right way, I don't think he'd have got that.
No way.
1-0 Arsenal penalty shootout.
So is it is it like the same format as a normal penalty shootout? First to 5 and then...
No, apparently you have to flick the crossbar and then put it in, Julian, like that, I mean.
Just be subtle depth.
You get an extra point if you hit the post and it goes in.
Jeremy Aliadier. No, what's his name?
No, Adelaide.
It's a normal penalty shootout, like, you know what I mean? Like.
But this isn't normal for a penalty shootout once in a while.
Taisha and Jeff.
Oh, this was the guy that used to have Jeff.
Yeah.
Why did they call him Jeff?
His name was Jeff.
Oh, what a good save!
Right.
What a great save!
What a save!
What a great save!
Graham Stack scored a pen versus Rotherham at Highbury.
Goalkeeper.
Was it a great penalty? It looks like he scuffed it a bit. Yeah.
That was a good penalty.
No, it wasn't bad. It was a great save, that, you know.
In the corner. Look at that. It's in the corner.
Yeah, that's a good save, that.
I done well.
This is Taylor.
So everyone confused in the chat. Listen, I was confused as you lot, but James did say it before the game started, or just as the game started. He said, win, lose or draw, there's a penalty shoot.
Yeah, for an extra point, yeah. I'm dying to go and saw it, but I'm frightened that it might freeze.
Midstream.
Yeah. Get a freeze up.
Is there any lights in the toilets these days?
Good.
Yes, another good penalty, that.
Sent the keeper.
3 pens all gone our way so far.
No run-up.
Beautiful penalty. That was as good as my Marquinhos'
I
one.
think it's amazing that players don't take a run-up and get power.
Oh, see that? Give him the eye. He's looking completely the other way when he put that in. Good penalty.
Yeah. 2-0 Arsenal, 2 out of 2. Lyon stepping up for their second penalty. Missed the first.
Does he look like he's going to miss?
I don't know. Who cares? We've only got to score all of our penalties and we're through.
Okay.
We're through.
Get the extra point. What do points make?
Prizes. Trophies.
Unless you're playing FIFA.
He's taking a run.
6-1. What a 6-1.
Right, so he's going to his left. Oh,
Chad
wait,
Panenka.
he's changed. Yeah, he's going to go down the centre, isn't he, this one?
Good penalty. That is a good pen.
Yeah,
calm.
Sent it the wrong way.
I'd have carried on standing if I was Hein.
I'm still standing.
Do you reckon
Come off his line there and all, really. So we'd have had to have taken that again, I think. Yeah.
2-1.
Yeah.
Third penalty stepping up now for Arsenal.
He looks small for a goalkeeper.
Yeah, he looks very young, doesn't
Yeah, that's why I checked his age. He's 21. He looks younger than that.
he? He's 21.
So we had number 44.
He'd have to use his ID a lot, wouldn't he? Yeah.
Keeper's
Stood
giving.
behind the line. Is that allowed?
Yeah.
He's off his line.
Oh, what was that?
He was off his line, though. The
That
keeper was off his line.
That wasn't on.
But the keeper was off the line when he took the penalty.
Was
He
that
could be behind the line, I think.
Yeah, but he was in front of the line when he.
I'll tell you what, like, go. I'll tell you what.
Look at the keeper. Look at where the keeper was.
Honestly, if I was managing there, he'd be walking home to the hotel after that. That, you know what I mean? Like, no, I'm not having that.
It's not called for, man.
I'm not having that.
Just finish it. I'd rather you miss it or blaze it over than try a Panenka.
That is
Yeah,
embarrassing.
but it's a friendly.
Yeah,
that's a friendly, but
that is why you lose 6-1 at FIFA, because you don't take it seriously enough.
So just have a talk about taking it seriously. Have a proper conversation.
Oh, great save!
I think you might have that with James, you know.
Listen, you don't do that in a friendly. You don't do it anywhere. You just play your
Okay,
proper game.
but when it's scored, it's considered genius.
Exactly.
Oh, the keeper thought you could go right or left. You went down the middle.
Listen, when you're playing for Arsenal as a young kid coming into the first team, you don't do that. I'm sorry.
He's trying, isn't it? He's trying and error.
Well, he's tried a Panenka and a friend. It doesn't matter.
Don't do that.
No, I don't.
How does Arteta take that?
Yeah.
Is the question.
He goes,
Does he
you
look at
missed
him
a
and
pen.
think,
You're trying
So
to make an impression and trying to do when you're a kid, you do everything by the book, do it right.
Does Arteta think he's confident or does Arteta think he's disrespectful?
So I don't think he did it from a take the piss perspective. I think he genuinely
Panenka's
thought that
genuinely
was.
take the piss.
I think this the way this. I'm not sure you can do that.
No, he went left,
behind the
not
line.
right.
I missed penalty. Yeah. No, I don't mind that. He's had a go, and you know,
It's a pretty crap penalty, though.
It was.
It's still 2-1 Arsenal, and I think we're on to the
last ones now.
That was so off.
But you can't. The way that the referee's not refereeing this game properly.
It's his linesman who's literally.
Well, look, you can't do it.
As James said, it's only
No,
friendly.
but it's the rules. It's rules. It's ungentlemanly conduct. The goalkeeper is actually going off the field of play.
Turn him off.
It's not.
Take his back out, will you, Brennan?
It's not. It's cheating. It's not the rules of the game. The keeper's going behind the line, off the field of play, ungentlemanly conduct without the permission of the referee.
It's unreal. It's the worst penalty shootout I've seen since Spain. Since Spain and Morocco, it's the worst penalty shootout.
in a few days.
It's a lovely.
Still 2-1, on to the 5th penalties now. If Arsenal score, Arsenal
really
win.
poor pen.
We get a
Take
point.
one there or take one there?
4 points puts us in a good stead, doesn't it?
So he could be Arsenal's youngest ever goal scorer.
Let's have a look. Is he coming up?
Would it count? A penalty?
No, Julian, come on. You know that it don't count.
Nope, it's not him.
Who's it?
Right, so if we score this, we win it, don't
Yeah.
we? Yeah, we win it.
It's
This
Rule.
is it. Get an extra point.
Come on, Rule.
That's a bit Ainsley-ish.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Huh?
Ainsley.
What was with the 5th penalty? If he bags, Arsenal get an extra
Top
point.
corner. Come on, smash it home, boy.
Right, left, right.
Oh, God. What was that?
Top corner of the stadium.
That is
You
not
know,
like
even though they're
Ainsley.
young players, I should be able to do better than that.
You say there's no pressure, but there's pressure for these young
Yeah,
kids.
there's pressure for these young kids.
Someone did that at Winter Wonderland. Has anyone seen that on Twitter?
So what happens if it goes 5-5, James? Is that it, or does it go sudden death?
Sudden death.
You get a winner. It's a regular penalty.
win that.
So just a regular penalty
We've
shootout.
got one left.
So how comes I can't ask that same question and you ask it? It's basically the same thing as I did, and you called me ridiculous for it.
Call him ridiculous.
I'm just winding you up, Julian.
So it's 2-1. Lyon's final penalty to take
They've
it
got
to
to score
sudden
this,
death.
surely. We've missed 3 on the spin. We've missed 3 on the spin.
All right, so if he misses this, we've won.
Yeah, we've got the extra point, yeah. Woohoo. Why is he? He's getting on the same thing. He's walking home and all. That's embarrassing.
I mean,
Oh my God, it's the worst penalty shootout I've seen.
that is one of the worst penalty shootouts of
That
all
is the
time.
worst
But we've won
penalty
it.
shootout
Well
I've
done.
ever seen.
Well done, Hein.
Terrible.
All of the players that scored are lucky to the ones that missed.
Alright, so we won the game, we won the penalty shootout, we've got 4 points.
I don't think we should take a point for that penalty shootout. I really don't. I think our protest.
Call it a night.
think they should lose
Lee,
a point.
are you outraged that he tried to disrespect us like that?
Yeah, so well, he gets what he deserves. And walk home.
Well, he doesn't live too far.
The heating is just only coming on. Absolutely, you couldn't time that any better.
What is that? That is the worst penalty I've ever seen.
Oh my God, he was so focused on doing it that he made a...
Why would you do that? You've seen 2 other
What
players.
was that about? His shake.
Yeah.
Like, that was the most obvious.
It's only just
It's
got
bad,
there.
isn't it?
I'll tell you what, I'd have chested that if I was in. I would have actually chested that down. I'd have controlled that.
Yeah.
Flicked it up, put it on my head.
Bicycle kicked it. Bicycle, I can't even say it.
Yeah.
Bicycle kicked it in.
So Karl-Heinz saved 4 penalties, if I'm not mistaken, but
That's a record, isn't it?
not poor penalties at that. Arsenal 4 points, 3 for the win in 91 for the penalty shootout win. I guess it's by default when you look at the
Hold on,
last,
lads.
what, 6 penalties, all misses.
Just to let you know, the plumber's turned up now. I mean, the plumber's just as we're going home. Well done, plumber.
Some time in that, innit?
What are you, James, eating?
People, we are about to wrap it up. Arsenal 3, Lyon 0. All goals in the first half. A lot of youngsters come on to make an appearance for Arsenal. The game kind of dwindled out in the end. We did hit the post and bar a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken. It is what it is. We move on to the next one. We've got 4 points. It's only the Dubai Cup. I wouldn't call it a trophy. I just call it preparing for the West Ham game.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
but it's still a trophy.
Final thoughts, Lee?
No, you know what I mean. It was a good 60 minutes. Then obviously the youngsters come. I was impressed with the youngsters, to be honest. And then that's probably the most entertaining penalty shootout without no pressure watching Arsenal, because it's normally like loads of pressure on it, isn't it? Like, but it didn't matter, did it?
Does it get worse after this one?
You know what I mean? But you know, I enjoyed it.
Julian,
good to see the Arsenal back.
Yeah, that was as good as it could have been. You know, playing on December the 8th, you expect to see a competitive game. I mean, if you look back at history, the games we've played on December the 8th, it's not unusual. It means something. I think Standard Liège we beat. We've drawn to Everton on this date, and now we've beat.
Obviously he was bored this morning, wasn't he?
I like to give the respect to AFTV and do some research on this day.
Take his batteries out of Brendan, for Christ's sake.
But today wasn't a competitive game. But they've done as much as they could do. It's not Arsenal's fault that this World Cup's happened when it's happened. Exactly. And they've done everything they could do. They've gone out, they've trained well, they've played well, and they've beaten a team that probably isn't that great. And I would think that they're probably on a par with West Ham, so it should be a good, run out for us. And I'm happy as I could be on December the 8th with the non-competitive game.
December the 8th. Yeah, good sparring session, man. Best way to put it, especially with the starting 11. Just like, we did what we needed to do. I think we kept the intensity, and also saw us keeping the ball. We had a lot of possession and deliberate possession as well, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think it puts us in good stead for our next game.
Yeah. Final thoughts here, people. You heard it. It is what it is for me. I don't care too much about these friendlies. It's just about, listen, Eddie getting a goal was good. It was a nice, tidy finish. Vieira, banger. Love to see it. The youth got to run out in the second half. We move on to the next one. Really and truly, it's about Boxing Day against West Ham. We're going to wrap it up here, but we're going to pass it over to James, and James will wrap it up and towards the end of the stream. Over to you, James.
Yeah, guys, look, 3-0. The worst penalty shootout of all time in terms of sheer quality. But I think we can be really happy with what we saw from everyone. I thought the youngsters actually came in and maintained the degree of standard, level, rhythm, momentum that had been set in the first 60 minutes from the first team. And then the first team I thought were fantastic, Ty. And I know it's a friendly, and I know it's not a competitive match. Yeah. And I do have to ask, are you still really hearing commentary in there?
No, it's this now.
Fair enough. You do look the part as part of a commentary team. I love it.
So do everyone else. Thank you, everyone.
Sid, I'm going to answer this one last time. I know people jump in and out of the watch-alongs. I think for future watch-alongs, we'll actually have things, graphics in the corners that explain everything. But there was a penalty shootout because, regardless of the score, in which a win would get you 3 points and a draw would get you 2 points. That's it. A loss gets you 0. There was always going to be a penalty shootout in which you could claim one more point. That is just part of the Dubai Super Cup rules. Ty looking like John Motson, the famous commentator. Nketiah played well, says David. Look, we may as well do a little bit of a player ratings. Go through, especially. Hard to rate the young players who came on, though they did very well. But we can definitely, give ratings to that first 11 and discuss sort of how they did. Starting with Lyon, who played the whole match and saved 4 penalties as well.
Listen, I think you've got to give Carl a 9. I don't know what you think, but 9, that's amazing. A clean sheet, 4 penalty saves, absolutely amazing. I'll give. I don't know what you think, James, but I'll go for 9 for Carl.
I think a 9's absolutely fair. I mean, what more does he have to do for a 10? I think a 10 is maybe if he had one of those games where he's pulling out unbelievable saves and he's keeping us in it. But he gets a 9. His distribution was good. He was claiming at corners well. And then he makes 4 saves from penalty shootout. Yeah, so what more can you want?
Exactly.
Cedric at right back.
Cedric.
Let me just say, Sid, no worries. He just says thanks for the explanation. No worries. As I say, I know people jump in and out of these watch-alongs, so no worries at all. Cedric. But yeah, that is why they've included it.
It's okay. Didn't really get forward that much.
No, he just kind of kept things moving, didn't he?
He did. So for me, it'd probably be about a 5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah. You think
he was part of a team
Am I being harsh?
were. I know you could discuss the level of opposition. I think Lyon are 8th in their league. I think that's what Julian said. But they've got some good players in there. They're a perfectly decent outfit, and who, will be taking this as semi-seriously as Arsenal in the sense that they've got to get prepared for the return of their league campaign. And Arsenal, I thought, just brushed them aside extremely comfortably.
We did. Maybe it's a bit harsh. Maybe about
maybe a 6.
6, 7.
Because I'm a 7, you're a 5. Should we give him a 6 in the middle?
No, 7 would do.
There you go,
like
7.
You said, he doesn't have a lot of games time, does he, Cedric?
No.
So to be still doing it, it's a bit, I'm a bit hard. So I take that, but I'll give Cedric a 7.
Well, listen, I don't want to influence you too much, but always a good,
it's fine.
Good discussion to have. Rob Holding, distribution I thought was good.
Oh, outstanding, fantastic, keeping it moving. 7, possibly even an 8.
Yeah, I'd go for an 8 for Rob. I thought he did well. And then Gabriel gets the goal. What a header it was as well. I mean, and we know that he gets goals from headers and set pieces and all that. I'm giving him a 9.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. The funny thing is, I suppose for selfish reasons, it is possibly good he didn't go to the World Cup. But Brazil have got some squad, but I'm sure he's disappointed not to at least be in that squad. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I think he'll be gutted. I think he will be gutted. Listen, they're doing their thing, Brazil, and good on them.
They are doing their thing, yeah.
And I don't want to go in too much because they're giving Martinelli minutes. I didn't think he'd get this World Cup.
Yeah, no, and he's done well. Gable's done well.
He's done very well, but I agree. I think Gabriel Magalhaes should be there. Waneri looked someone actually corrected my pronunciation. I've been saying Waneri, but apparently it's Waneri. So Waneri looked really good. Like he was ready to be a sub in an unimportant game. Maybe like we saw in the. Oh, sorry. James says, "Can you fix the score?" Yes, it says Arsenal 2-1 Lyon. Production, can we get the?
Yeah, well,
that's the penalty shootout score.
That's the actual right score.
You're throwing me off.
That's the actual right score. It was the penalty shootout score.
We weren't prepared for a 3-0 and a 2-1 win in one day. So I can't blame production on that one. But
no.
Yeah, they've even put penalties there for you.
Exactly.
What was I talking about? Waneri, look, he came on against Brentford. Which was a game that was won quite early on, and
it was.
He got maybe the last 2-3 minutes on the pitch. I think he will get the a couple minutes every now and again.
Brilliant.
Tierney, I thought Tierney looked very good today. What do you think?
I thought he looked good as well. He's got to get an 8, I think.
Yeah.
Solid, absolutely solid.
So I was giving him an 8. What do you guys think for Kieran Tierney? I was tempted with a 9, but he didn't score like Gabriel did. But I thought his distribution, his crossing, his switching the play was absolutely fantastic. AFC Max says apologies for getting this. Yes, you're throwing me off, man.
No, we saw AFC Max. We would admit it's a bit confusing because we won 3-0 in the game and we won 2-1 on penalty. So it is a bit confusing.
Joel is singing Vieira's praises in the comments, so let's go to Fabio Vieira. Look, let's just remind ourselves of that phenomenal touch and then pass for Nketiah's goal, and then the finish in his third goal. I mean, he can really strike a ball. I think we just got to just sit there and just applaud him on what was, he's not a right winger in terms of the way Saka is and Martinelli is on the left, that they run at players, but he can be creative and influential out on the right, and he can, I call it sort of like manipulate that space quite well. What I mean by that is when he is out wide, he's able to find the kind of passes, make the right runs, make the kind of decisions that allow him to be effective and creative from those areas as well. And I think he showed that really well today.
He did. Absolutely superb. I mean, it's not to forget that anyone would forget that it was him when Granit unfortunately had to be substituted at Molineux. It was his assist for the first goal, wasn't it? So Fabio's done really well, and he's not a regular starter, but he's making a claim for a play. So very impressed by Fabio. He's probably going to get a big score, and I'll have to go for 9 because I thought he's outstanding again.
I'm going to give him a 10.
Because
I don't think his performance was perfect, but that's not what I'm expecting in a pre-season. I'm not expecting a 10 out of 10. Everything's I've just given him a 10 out of 10. I'm not expecting by Premier League standards, 10 out of 10, where you've run the game, you've been brilliant, you've been getting goals and assists or whatever. But in a friendly in which he largely did everything perfectly. He got a brilliant assist, largely down to that first touch. He scored a fantastic goal.
He did.
So I think he's up there for my man of the match. But
okay, brilliant.
I thought Odegaard was absolutely fantastic as well. What would you give him?
Superb touches. I'd have to give Martin at least an 8, possibly a 9 as well. Absolutely superb touches. You know, the link from the defense to the midfield, fantastic. Keeping the ball moving, dummies, absolutely fantastic. I don't know what sublime. I'm looking for Martin. Effortless, cultured, if that's a football word.
Yeah.
If that's a football word, absolutely magnificent, and showing why he scored the goals he scored. I think he's our top goal scorer this season. Midfielder anyway. I don't know, because probably Gabe or Jay is. He's our top midfielder. If you know, I think he's our top midfield scorer. That's why he's absolutely brilliant. A joy to watch in our midfield, and one of the reasons, along with the rest, why we at this moment in time are sitting 5 points clear of Manchester City at the top of the league, because he's absolutely brilliant. The touch was magnificent, sophisticated, you know, elegance. If I want to say a French word, it's just like say magnifique.
C'est magnifique. N1 says, are you coming to Arsenal versus Juventus? We will be covering it. I know you can't make that game at the moment.
No, unfortunately not, because I'm going to watch our youth team play.
Dedicated to
Millwall.
all areas of Arsenal Football Club, guys.
Though I would have cut it because of, obviously I want our team, because it's not it's a non-competitive friendly. That's why I'm going there. If it was a competitive friendly, of course I would have been there. Of course.
Fair enough. That Lokonga pass for the second goal was unreal, says Daniel. I thought Lokonga...
He was.
So wait, what are we giving Odegaard?
9.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And Lokonga, I'm going to give him an 8. What would you give him?
Well, I can't disagree with that. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant as well. You know, fantastic. You know, getting forward, workhorse, great touches, doing everything that we'd want a midfielder to do, really, you know. Yeah. And, you know, great temperament as well. I know it's only friendly, you know, not getting frustrated if things are not coming up. Yeah. Very methodical, very agile, you know, very silky. Yeah, I'm happy for Albert. The question is, can he do this when it really matters? And I like to think that he can, if he's called upon, which I'm sure he will be.
I like to think he can as well. You know, people on Twitter are really laughing at that final penalty by Cherki for Lyon. I mean, it was. It was as bad a penalty as you're ever going to see. Hein was just laughing after, and I don't blame him.
He was laughing. I think you're right, James, when you were saying to me it is just a friendly, and I can't see any of those players that did that trying that in a real game. So, you know, that's what friendlies are about. To try, but like
even if they do, right? Penenkas can be effective penalties.
When
you know,
come off,
goalkeepers, they almost don't want to stand in the middle because they're stressed that, well, if it's put past me and I haven't dived, I look a bit of an idiot. So more likely than not, they're going to pick either to go right or left. And if you go down the middle, you there's that little corridor of uncertainty that you might hit. And look, okay, you know, Kurjan got it wrong, but so what? It's a friendly, who cares? El Neni. So Lokonga got an 8.
He's got, Mohamed's got to get in there as well. The only thing he didn't do is not score. He did everything else.
I think I'd give him I think he did well. But was he better than Cedric? I thought both were good, but largely just kind of kept things moving. So I sit between a 7 and an 8. Okay. Moving into the rest of the front three, we've tackled Vieira. What about Nelson today? He had his moments for sure, didn't he?
He had his moments.
And he was quite quick. You know,
very
just
quick
feet,
quick.
kind of making quick decisions. I like his sharpness.
Fantastic 1-2s. 1-2. Very, very good. Carrying on what we know he can do, and hopefully will do in the future. I was impressed with Reece.
What would you give him?
I'll give him at least an 8.
Yeah.
What would you say?
I'd give Nelson a 7. I think Nelson, El Neni. I think Nelson, El Neni, and Cedric were good / very good without doing anything that made me think, wow, that's a level of sharpness beyond what I expect. I think going into this friendly, I expected those sort of performances from them.
Yeah.
Maybe Holding's the same. Maybe I gave him an 8, so maybe I was being a bit too kind on that front. But whereas I look at Odegaard, Vieira, Lokonga, Nketiah, Gabriel, Tierney, I thought they all did things that were like, oh wow, you look a lot sharper than I thought you would for the first game back. So Yeah. Friendly,
fine.
no one cares. I care because I'm laughing at United yesterday. I hear you, Anthony. But I'm not saying it's all in context, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't care about
Exactly.
the friendlies in the sense of I care about the performance, I care about injuries, I care about Arsenal looking sharp, I care about not wasting time in our preparation, and our flawless set of friendly results and performances is a big part as to why we've had the start in the Premier League we've had.
Exactly.
But what I don't care about is a penalty, Panenka getting missed. That has no reflection on Arsenal's performance. But that's just me. Other people in the panel were making good points for why. Maybe that just wasn't, just strike it and take it seriously. But listen, each to their own. Nketiah. So Nelson's 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nketiah, what would you give him?
Eddie, probably 7 and 8 as well. I thought he did well.
I would give him a.
I thought he should. I thought he should have scored, but he was a threat all the game, And hopefully, when he's called upon, he will hopefully.
Comments, help us out. I can see there's over 2,500 of you watching.
Yeah, thank you
Hit
very
the
much.
like button first and foremost. If you enjoyed the stream, if you didn't, then don't. But if you did, that would be great. And if you didn't, let us know why you didn't, and then we can work on it. So please hit the like button. And I thought we drew. It's a foolish ruling. They're talking about the penalty shootout being taken.
No, we didn't draw. We won. We won 2-1. We didn't draw.
Eddie Nketiah, help us. What would you give him? I would give him. Papa says 9, but then James says El Neni was an 8 to 9 defensive masterclass. I'm gonna give Eddie an 8, which I know feels harsh. The finish was good, but it's the magic of Lokonga and Vieira that makes it happen. But well done, right area, lovely finish.
Look at me. I apologise. I was saying Eddie did everything but score. He did score, didn't he?
He did score.
No, sorry, Eddie.
I thought his first touch was brilliant for that. For the third goal, that ultimately gets to Lokonga and the switch pass and all that. That's fantastic from Eddie as well. But I just think overall, running in behind at times, and I thought he was very good. I don't think he was sublime. Or got 7 from Yen. We've got a 9 from Pawan. We've got a few 9s in there, so we'll bump it up to a 9 because we're going to listen to you guys in the comments.
Because he did score, so yeah.
That's it, really, for this one, Ty. Marquinhos came on, of course. He played a whole half. We should give him a rating.
Yes, Marquinhos.
I'd give him a 7. I thought he
absolutely.
Nice moments.
7, and I thought the penalty was absolutely flawless, which is nothing. I've been lucky. Well, obviously Marquinhos is playing the first team. I've been lucky enough to watch Marquinhos in under 21s, and he's been absolutely magnificent. So no, I was not surprised at how calm and cool and collected and very classy his penalty was. So yeah, 7. Yeah, absolutely. All
right, guys. In Eddie we trust, says Thunders.
Absolutely.
Papa says he is better than we give him credit. I absolutely agree, and that is the point I made in the Gabriel Jesus in Focus video that came out last night. Go check it out on AFTV now. It is there. It's to discuss potential options going forward after his injury. All right, guys. I think we're going to leave it there. Of course, AC Milan's to come.
It is,
that's a Tuesday game, 2 p.m. UK time kickoff. Look forward to that. And then, I mean, more of the same Arsenal. That intensity. I imagine Partey, Xhaka might get a couple minutes. Matt Turner should get some minutes in those games. Tommy Asu, potentially, we know he's already joined up. He spoke about needing a rest, but he's joined up with the team. So, I think there's a good chance we see even more of those players. Absolutely. Of course, Saka, Saliba, and all them not involved. They're still at the World Cup, but brilliant. I think there's a lot that we can be excited for going into the coming friendlies, especially after that performance. Ty, give the performance a rating out of 10.
Oh, that's brilliant. You know what? I think I'm gonna go higher, and I'm gonna go for 10 out of 10 because
I'm with you. I think it's clean sheet. I can expect
clean sheet and the
perfect.
way the team play. You've got to give Mikel credit for, obviously players shouldn't need any motivating, but for Mikel to get the players up to that speed, even though it's just a friendly, is absolutely fantastic. So I'm very, very impressed, and hopefully we can bring that into the AC Milan game and bring that hopefully ultimately and most importantly into the West Ham game on Boxing Day.
I agree. Thunder's asking for Zinchenko news. We have none, of course. If we do get some, we'll cover it on AFTV.
Hopefully he's all right.
But I ultimately agree. I think you got to just say, fair play to Arteta and the team for showing that level of motivation, for showing that level of sharpness after a couple of weeks off. And it's only a couple of weeks, not a whole summer off, but still a couple of players missing. I think we could be really happy with what Arsenal put out there today. So 3-0 win, and A 2-1 win on penalties, the worst penalty shootout of all time.
No,
but look, we've had a bit of fun with it.
Sorry, Jay, before we go, I just want to say, if I can, thank you.
Of course.
Congratulations to our women again for beating Juventus 1-0 at Emirates. Vivian Miedema scoring the goal. And congratulations to them, our women again, for beating Everton 1-0 and all that. And I just want to say a special thank you to Helen, and to Leah, and to Melis, Mehmet, and Ellie Head. Melis used to play for us, and she's gone to Watford. And Ellie plays for our academy, but she's on loan to Watford as well. Okay. So I was lucky enough to meet them on Sunday, and they were fantastic. So very, very young, talented, and very fantastic women. So I just want to say thank you to them.
Oh, fantastic. We'll end it there, guys, on a really nice note. Guys, Arsenal have won
thank you very much,
twice. They've won twice in the day. We'll leave it there, guys. Been a lot of fun. Good to see Arsenal back playing. Of course, we'll be covering the AC Milan match and everything between now and then. Yes, the World Cup's still going on DR Sports. Don't forget that. We will be covering all that. But here on AFTV, on the Arsenal front, anything Arsenal news related, transfers, injuries, we hope not.
We hope not,
preparation for pre-season, for these friendlies, and of course West Ham on Boxing Day. We've got it covered. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you, everyone. Peace.